when the streamer actually starts because I can't figure out what the hell happened to my other streaming app. I haven't had a time to read download. I was been busy. Um, but let's see. So you guys have been traveling in the Chaos Cube. The first dream you came to, you heard music and discovered a bunch of several lonely beings that then proceeded to attack you once they saw you. Then you went to a casino. One of you won a bunch of money, and another one of you performed on stage.
No, 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 no. It was the
Oh,
same
that's right. It was the
person.
same person. That's right. It was Jesse both times performed on stage, which then got you guys transported to another area where there was a long table filled with food being constantly devoured by a huge five-armed troll. But when you wandered away from the table, you were attacked by various creatures out in the wastelands, including a monstrous devourer. Uh,
Which we took down in a couple of
yep.
turns.
And then you found yourself in some kind of hospital full of lepers that seemed to be very sick, uh, in these weird masks, and and wound up fighting a Medusa very quickly that happened to summon a stone golem right as she was dying.
Oh, oh, and don't forget the goddamn silent hill nurses.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything to you. They just
Yeah, I
were
know.
walking the halls.
Making me traumatized.
If you think that's traumatizing, Jesse.
Look, it was like the only creature that I was afraid of when I was a kid. Like I used to play horror games galore
Oh,
as
I
a
love
kid, but those
horror games.
oh,
Oh, I bet I can top that with this one, but I can't tell you till you see it.
oh
And
god.
now, as you arrive in the next layer of this madhouse, you hear you hear music. Is this wild kind of music that can really make you dizzy. And it's dark, and you think you hear distant screams, but it's hard to tell if they're from fear or some sort of thrill. Around you, in some sort of tight corridor, not a corridor because you can see an open sky above you, but in kind of a tight area, you see what looks to be booths of some kind, although no one's operating them. The nearest one, as you look around and kind of peer into it, some of you with dark vision, some of you are nearly blind because it's dark. You see various stuffed animals hanging along the wall of the inside of it, and some kind of large pitcher which looks, too big to easily carry unless it's maybe by a Goliath or something bigger than that. But down the way,
Guys.
you can definitely hear the music coming and the sounds of gears creaking in the distance.
Guys, this music is making me feel so horrible.
I
They
quite
weigh
like
on
it.
me.
It's not quite the greatest.
Um, what do you guys think we need to do here?
I say we go and try and stop that music.
Can I
It's like it's hurting my ancestors.
can I stab it?
Possibly.
Okay.
One thing before we go off. Will, you said something in the last room about the creatures or the people that were lying down. I did touch one of them. Am I infected?
I can't.
Uh,
Tobias,
can you hear me?
we
Like
can't hear you.
Tobias?
you can't hear me?
You were talking so
We can.
quietly.
Yeah.
Turn them up.
I'll try to raise.
He's
it.
already up pretty
Turn up.
high for me, and I still couldn't hear him.
It was like it was mumbled.
Oh yeah, he's at 100.
Put him at 2.
Input volume.
Yeah, I can hear you fine now.
Yeah.
That's
I can't.
Just to fix it.
Is this better?
There we go.
Oh, there we
Now
go.
we can hear you.
Woo.
Alright, well, you're gonna hear the cars outside as well when I have it like this.
As long as like push to talk or you mute and unmute, that sort of thing, it's all good.
Alright.
Welcome to the club.
Sorry. Well, I don't know anything about the disease. All I know is that you shouldn't have touched it.
Can I make a medicine check?
Sure. Are you proficient?
I'm not, but I have before.
If you're not proficient, you won't. It's an impossible check.
I guess.
Sorry.
That's fine. Should we try and be quiet?
Yeah, just nobody touch me, okay?
Okay, let me give you guys a hand. And you see the shadows around you, attached to each of you, and you guys get a +10 on stealth checks. Oh,
Yeah.
Why is
No,
Dan
Will
laughing?
giving it to us. This
No,
time.
no, I'm just thinking about Will over there, and that's Will's job.
I'm gonna beat you, Will.
I've seen this spell before. I can't quite place it.
I mean, you
Where
should
did
have
that come
done it. You could have cast it before me because that was my last 2 key slip points. I thought getting the drop is more important.
You didn't
Are we
ask.
stealthing?
What?
I think we're
Yeah,
stealthing.
Yeah, we're stealthing.
Alright, we're being sneaky.
You
Got it.
sneaky boys.
Okay, that's 18.
Question
Yay.
for you, Grizz. Can Cinder re-roll her save for slow? Is she still slow?
No, she's
Damn
not
it.
still slow.
Oh no. Yes.
I didn't hear over Quentin. What?
No, you're not still slow.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll fix her.
I won.
I won.
Oh, congratulations.
You have beaten the gnome. The gnome isn't angry, he's just upset.
Oh,
So Vader will lead the way, I guess.
congratulations, you have beaten me.
I mean, Lunissa can lead the way. Because she has got used to doing stealth operation.
Oh, hold on. I got it. I forgot Cinder. Hold on.
Guys, I can't see. It's dark.
I don't really understand the location we're in. When
Okay.
you say, what is a booth for
Uh,
the first thing?
Okay.
Because that makes me think of an office building.
Out
I
of
think
character.
we're at a
Out
carnival.
of character. Have you ever been to a carnival?
Yeah, alright.
Yeah,
Now
you're
I'm
basically
talking.
in a small carnival alleyway with a bunch of booths on either side, and you're right next
Okay.
to the
Oh
to
god,
the,
are we gonna
the
see
pitcher
clowns?
cups.
Oh, can I take one of the... there was like a teddy bear, right? A big old teddy bear?
You see stuffed animals hanging on the back of that one booth that you're next to. Yes.
Can I grab a big old one?
You want to hop into the booth and grab it?
Sure. Unless there's something telling me not to do this.
It's up to you.
I mean, is there anything...
No,
You know what?
there
I'm
are
gonna-
no signs. It is dark out here. You don't see anybody. You hear music in the distance.
Can
There
I
seems to be
make
slight
it-
fog overhead. It's cool out here. You do not see people other than your party.
Can I be a smart rogue and make an investigation check? Before
Sure.
I kill myself?
Over there.
What?
Tobias, you're row betting.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
It seems fine. I hop in there and grab me a teddy bear.
It smells old and musty, but you now have a teddy bear.
I mean, preferably a big cat, but I
The
don't
ground,
know
the
what-
ground under your feet seems to tremble slightly.
I'll get
Oh,
out
no.
of there. I'm like, whoop, I'm gone.
Shit.
Like you feel a bit of a shake, but then nothing.
I saw something over there.
what? I'm gonna cast jump on myself.
Fader's gonna walk forward.
Will seem to
toward,
be
Thing.
whispering something, but it's hard to make out what Tobias is saying at the moment.
Again? What the fuck is going on?
It's
Now I can hear.
probably Discord, I think.
Because I am maxed out.
I
No,
can
no,
hear
no.
you just fine.
You sounded staticky, not quiet that time.
Oh, you said quiet.
Now you're sounding better. Sorry.
Hey, there is something over there.
Over
What are you-
where?
What are you
I
pointing
point.
at?
I look over there.
Yeah. Looking at
He's gesturing basically between a couple of the booths where there's like, fencing and whatnot. It's like hard to make out. It's like not really a fence. It's more of like two booths, really narrow, and then there's like, a kind of fence wall in the way to block people from moving. And he saw something move on the other side of that fence wall before it disappeared behind another booth.
Nice.
Sword and shield out. Sorry, bob and shield out. Head that way.
Can I see something with my 27 passive perception?
I didn't have your thing set up for that. Okay, I would have sort of whispered that to you instead if that had been the case. The problem is it's not listed on your token. I hate when that happens.
It's fine.
What's
Oh,
your
well.
passive, Will?
He's a 23.
I'm assuming Fader didn't see anything with the 21.
Well, yeah, it's like obviously I was giving it to the person with the highest passive perception at the time, and I thought that was Will, and it turns out that it was actually Lunissa. But I guess Lunissa was distracted by the teddy bears.
Fair.
But yeah, you get back to the fence, and it's like all enclosed, and you look past it, and you see lots more of the same. Basically, you see booths, you see these weird metal constructions that make no sense to you. That's gonna be standing out there, and like various roped areas where it looks like people were supposed to be standing if there was a lot of people around. But you look around, you don't see anybody, but you still hear music, and it's still coming from somewhere to the northeast of you.
These booths, what are they made out of? Are they just tents, or do they seem sturdy enough to stand on?
They appear to be made of wood.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get on one.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
I mean, how high up is it?
It's probably about 10 feet.
Yeah, no, I can just jump that. The jump, I think. I'm
Boing.
not wrong. Yeah,
Jump
because
triples your distance. That's all I know.
Alright.
Yeah.
You jump on top, and once again, you feel a bit of tremble underneath the ground, and now all of you tend to feel that after Linus had jumped.
I don't feel like that's a good idea, Lunisa.
And
I think it's a better idea than standing on the ground.
it
Really?
looks like the fog is mostly up there, but roll me a perception check from that height. Let's see if you see.
I don't think it
Come
looks
on.
good enough.
There is a bizarre, low but not completely to the ground level fog that seems to be about 10 feet in the air, concealing most of everything from where you're standing. However, you do, in the far northeast distance, see this weird part of a wheel sticking up out of the out of this bizarre fog bank that seems to be slowly rotating with these little swinging carriages on it. It's very strange.
I think we need to go southeast. That was the right direction, right?
No, it's the northeast.
Northeast. Sorry.
Alright, get
I
down
see
from
somewhere.
there.
I don't know. I don't like the ground. But sure.
Well, I don't think it likes you being up there.
I mean, I don't think it likes me being down there either. But sure.
I guess that's a fair point. Here, let's head that way then.
Walkie, walkie, walk.
There is file alert.
Yeah, Fader too.
Yeah, Eric will see if he sees shit coming as well. Haha.
Yeah, Vern
Oh,
will
shit.
know that too.
Yeah, I'm holding my daggers, but they're
so-
not lit up yet.
Where are you guys? Who's on the ground? Who's up? Who's up on top of the booths?
Vanessa will just go from booth to booth if that seems jumpable.
you're except for where you were standing at, because you knew where it was based on you climbing up. You can't actually see the tops of the other booths. The fog is obscuring them.
In that case, I'll go down because I don't want to. I mean, I can. I don't take fall damage, but I shouldn't tempt.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so you look around, you see more little booths with various things, more like stuffed toys mostly, hanging about. And then you get to an area where it looks like more like food was being served at some point. You see bizarre little structures behind that, but behind that you see some sort of non-functional grill, um, where you see like what looks like patties of meat just sitting there, partially cooked. Um, there's even a rat sitting on one, chewing contentedly.
Wrathful flashback.
Ralph, are not here.
No, he just gets to chill.
The rat's sitting there chewing contentedly. Let's see. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Already have?
Yeah.
I like how
Right.
I'm rolling high on perception with this character, but not the one that actually has good bonuses to perception.
Alright, so somewhere off to the west you see movement between other fenced in areas, and this time you get more of a glimpse of a face. It looks painted or masked. It's hard to tell from this distance, but it's white and it seems to have a red nose. And it seems to have a red smile painted on it.
How far away is it?
It's about 200 feet away between some more some more like small wooden buildings,
Ah, that's too far.
just like visible behind half visible behind a partition. You just basically see the head.
Does
And-
it seem to know where we are, or is it just
Oh,
walking?
Jesse also rolled a. Hold on 1 second. Oh, never mind. It's not based on that 20. You can't tell. All you know is that you see is that the face you see, and you think you see a second face as well right next to it, but it's kind of hard to make out at this distance.
They
in the dark.
They wouldn't happen to look like a very specific clown, would they?
What do you mean by very specific clown?
Like one from movies, like scary movies.
Well, your character wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, my character wouldn't know, but the description kind of made me think that.
I am thinking more in the generic all scary movies, all scary games sense.
I guess fair.
So you see that at 200 feet away, and
Oh, never mind. We'll
Yeah,
talk later.
let's get going. Let's keep.
Uh-oh.
Wait, quick question. It wasn't in a direction we were going, right?
no, it was off to the west.
Okay, yeah. Let's keep going.
What'd you see?
I don't know, some weird guy that kind of looked like Camel, but instead of like being a skeleton face, it was kind of red. I don't know. Like it was wet. It was white with red paint. I don't really know what it means. I mean, I'd rather not meet some weird ass people here. I don't know what they're in.
Alright, let's head towards the music then.
You're twisting, you're turning, and as you turn into another row, and see in front of you what looks like a looming elephant at first, but it's non-moving, and you can't really tell what sort of material it's made from. You begin to feel those tremors again. The ground underneath of you shakes slightly.
Well, if that is made by a creature or not.
Roll a nature check. Well, you being a druid and close to nature, you have this distinct sense that there's something burrowing somewhere underneath of you guys. probably underneath this entire place.
Living beneath the ground.
Let's
Should I
just
shout at
keep.
the ground?
Nope.
Nah.
Let's just keep going.
Phaedra's gonna tap the side of her temple and cast detect magic.
You see a thread of magic, much like you'd seen during the violin playing, and it seems to be leading you in a winding direction. This time it's heading south and looping around, looking like paths through buildings. Even though the music, the current music you're hearing, is still to the northeast.
Oh, that's interesting.
Let's just keep going.
Well, wait, no. I'm seeing. Remember in the first room, or before we got to the first room, I told everybody you could see the music.
Yeah, wasn't that a bad thing?
No, not necessarily, but for some reason I can see the same thing. It's just going in a different direction than the music that we hear.
I mean,
Those
that
Going-
Those waves led us to the instrument before, did they not?
Yes.
yeah, but
The
was it a
instrument-
straight line or was it a wave? How did it look between?
It looked very fluid. It looked like music. I can't describe it.
No, but this one, did it look like it might be a walking pattern? Or would
There-
it be? Because I would presume.
It seemed to
There
weave
would be a-
through areas a little more, right, Grizz? Am I remembering
Yeah,
that
you could see it winding to the south, and then as the south splits, it seems to be heading off to the east as well.
I say we follow those lines.
All right.
Just a hunch,
Mm,
rather than
I,
walking straight towards a target.
I agree.
Okay. I'll keep it up. And Vader will lead the way, and Cinder will land on her shoulder.
Willie's going to keep a close attention on the ground. See if the shaking gets worse,
Alright.
like as they walk.
Alright, and everybody give me another perception check.
There you go, sure.
Okay, let's see. Did everyone roll? No. Still waiting on Jesse. And god damn, Luna, so that's a lot of perception.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Oh, so we all have to. I thought it was
Yeah,
just
everyone.
to keep on alert.
Everyone.
Well, I see nothing.
Again, at a distance of 200 feet, somewhere to the north, you again see part of a figure. Once more, that mask or bizarre face, but there appear to be two of them side by side, or perhaps two heads, equally painted or marked.
Or are they looking our way with the 30s?
You think that they might be, as you guys continue to head south and heading east. They are behind a partition somewhere to the north, watching you.
How far away are they?
More than 200 feet away. Past the elephant that you just went by.
Okay.
About that.
Where I keep them in eyesight?
You'd be
If
walking
possible.
backward. You'd be walking backwards if you do.
I'll be like, "Hey, Urk, just
Yeah.
help me a bit. I'm looking at something.
Okay, what do you need help with?
Just make sure I don't fall, and I put my hand on his. I don't know. I'll put my hand on his shoulder and like we'll walk like kind of shoulder to shoulder. If you get what I mean, Riz.
Yep, I got what you mean.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm walking backwards, guys.
What?
Don't worry about it. I'm just checking to see something. Okay.
Is something
Alright.
following us?
I will look behind us at what he's looking at.
You
I don't know
can't
if
quite
it's
see.
following us,
You
but
can't
it's
quite
creepy.
see it at the distance. Fog keeps rolling in your eyes. Will.
Look, don't worry about it. I'll tell you when we have a problem.
I'd rather you tell us now.
Yeah.
What
About
if is that there is no problem at the moment?
Yeah, there's no problem at the moment. Like I told you guys, there was this weird thing with like camel-looking thing, but then with red instead of like.
Right. I'll tell you when I hit you in the knee with my staff.
Yeah, it's 200 feet that way. I don't want to go there. I mean, I kind of do want to go there. Wait.
Phaedra just kind of shakes her head and she'll scritch Cinder behind the ears and say, "Baby girl, just watch my back." And she'll like turn around and like face the other way.
No,
On her
look,
shoulder.
you guys are right. We should go investigate it right now.
What?
No.
What else are we gonna do? You want to play a carnival game?
What now?
We should just keep following the magic
Yeah.
line that
Yeah.
Phaedra sees.
Okay, but we'll keep an eye on that thing.
What thing?
I told you before.
We don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Something that looks like Gamel but has a painted face and some red on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's two of them or one with two heads. I don't know.
Oh,
Like-
now we got multiples. That was not vocalized to us.
Could have
Like I
said
said-
that earlier, you know.
Guys,
I don't know.
we're in a carnival. Could it have been like some two-headed person? Like a freak show?
I don't know. It might be. Let's just keep
Let's-
going. I'll tell you when it gets closer. If it gets close enough, I'm throwing a dagger at it. So don't worry.
No.
What? No.
Think before you decide to throw a dagger.
The thing looks scary. I think I can throw a dagger.
The two have no correlation whatsoever. Yes, we know you can throw a dagger. Yes, the thing may look
How
scary. Does
about-
not mean you have to throw a dagger.
It does,
Let's
though.
just say if it gets closer, just let us know first. There we
It sounds
Yes,
boring
let us
though.
decide that.
Yeah, because what happens if they're actually friendly? Who knows?
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so either, but I'd rather be err on the side of caution just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that Gamil guy doesn't look trustworthy, and we still trust him, right?
I mean, that's your word, not mine.
Looks can
He's
be
proven
varied.
himself.
He has. And you shouldn't
Precisely.
judge people by the way that they look. Anyway.
Precisely.
Okay, let's keep moving. And she's gonna maintain and follow the squiggle wiggle wiggle whatever
Yeah.
she sees.
Yeah, the line of music that you're seeing under detect magic loops you east and then starts you heading off north, and the music begins to get louder as you seem to be getting closer to the source. You begin to see lights flashing in the distance, but not the sort of lights that you see by these bizarre colored lights that seem to be circling in a row in a weird brightness. Not brightness, but it's hard to explain. It's like, there's a bright light coming off of something that gives no light to the area, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a dim bright light. And as you continue to head north, everybody roll me perception checks.
Natural 19.
Jesse's AFK.
Yeah, and
Oh
Nissa?
yeah, I still need to roll. I'm sorry. See, I can
Of
see it.
course you roll another 28. Another high number.
Look, I have expertise in it for some reason, right?
Yes, yes, you do. As you head north, you think you see the shape moving against the light and vanishing behind it as you start coming up upon the source of the light and the noise.
Uh, how far away was the thing?
I'll show you in a sec. I just have to reveal areas.
Oh, good.
Can I throw a dagger?
No, it's too far away from
Oh.
that.
Do not go straight
Besides, it's
to
it's already behind
Bird
something.
Dagger. Seriously.
I'm an assassin. I have.
It's the carousel.
Yes. You come up to this slowly rotating object that's playing loud, bizarre music, and has the what looks like to be horses though made some kind of horse statues, just kind of circling around and around. Uh, and with certain high perception checks, other than Linus's, Shiri, you quickly see the blood smears in the ground, in the disturbed ground underneath of it, like almost directly in front of it. And you see half of a torso, basically the torso, part of a chest and the legs of a body, half hanging onto the carousel, wedged half under one of the horses, and then as it continues to circle, you see two more bodies, but these ones look like they've been slashed and stabbed to ribbons, laying across two of the horse models on this rotating structure.
You
She'll
sure
point out
dagger
the
isn't the
blood,
right
but
answer?
Shiori, what are you saying? I'm sorry.
she'll point out like the blood and stuff, the things that are not as noticeable to kind of make sure people don't approach this thing.
Are you guys still sure dagger is not the right answer?
At the moment, dagger is not the right answer.
I'm not
You
saying it's
sure?
not. I'm just saying we need to be sure before we strike.
Okay, I need to make this a
Also,
little
there
bit.
was a thing.
I need to make this a
there.
little bit bigger because that's how far that's how close in the walls are. That's how much room you have on either side of this carousel. Oh, actually, the carousel is probably a bit bigger than that. Maps and
Where did I
backgrounds. Yeah. Hold on, I made this a little too small. Yeah.
So, just as for my understanding, the bodies, are they like wedged underneath the platform sticking out?
One of them is wedged underneath one of the horses that's sprawling. The other two
Okay.
are on top, but the half body is the one that's half wedged underneath. There's blood that's leading right over to the edge of where it was when it was. It looks like the body was snapped in half at the edge of the platform.
Oh, okay.
And Chiori also noticed that the ground right in front of the carousel and around it seems to be heavily disturbed by something.
Can I point out what I saw?
Yeah, but you don't see it anymore. It vanished behind the carousel.
Yeah, there's something behind the carousel, guys.
And basically, around on the other sides of the carousel, other than let me do that as part of the GM. I haven't done Fog of War in a long time. Let's see, you wouldn't see that, but come on, reveal area. Sorry, the corridor you guys came down that you saw would be like this way, over here. But everything else is like penned in at this location. And there's probably let's see, another small corridor going off this way that you can kind of see from there, and maybe another one heading up in this direction. But everything else is kind of like locked off. There's no way to get around or maneuver very well because there's like booths in the way and all sorts of other stuff.
Let's be cautious.
Bob and Childers. Wow. You said it was behind the carousel, Lenissa, correct? Something?
I mean, I saw something go behind there, yes.
Snaps her fingers. Go check it out. and Cinder's gonna fly over, and she's gonna put a. She's not gonna touch anybody. Actually, she's just gonna stand still, and she's going to look through Cinder's eyes. And
Okay.
Cinder will try to sneakily. Does she still have pass without a trace?
She'll lose pass without a trace the further she goes. Like, it's within 30 feet.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So I'll
Yeah.
just roll stealth for her.
Oh,
Not too bad.
And how far up are you hovering?
I would say that she is keeping a safe distance from that fucking carousel. That is what Phaedra would tell her to
Because
do.
the top of the carousel can't be seen due to the fog. The fog
Okay.
is hanging within a bizarre 10 feet above your heads. For the most part, like, you can see the occasional, like, slight break in the fog, just enough to see a sky above it. But
Okay.
basically, if you try going above 10 feet, you wouldn't be able to see anything below you.
Yeah, so she mostly she wants to see what's behind the carousel.
Okay.
So,
Roll a sneak. Okay, you ready to roll stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, stealth check for her at 17. I will roll perception. And just keep the token moving. Oh, okay.
sure.
Oh, okay. Alright, just waiting for her to continue to move. She doesn't see anything yet. As she gets within, to the other side of the carousel, you see through her eyes, and especially over there, some sort of being with two heads, both of which have masks on, with painted faces drawn into smiley faces, but more animate than those masks that in the last place you're at, and red noses that you would associate with clowns.
Mm-hmm.
It turns, spotting her somehow, both of its heads, and it raises up with a hooked arm and attempts to hit her.
Snaps her out of existence.
Let's see. Before you get a chance to snap her out of existence, will a 21 hit? Let's see. 15 points of damage.
Yeah, she's dead.
Like, you see that in attempt to snap, but it was hearing her come, so.
It's fine. Okay.
Oops.
Welcome back.
Whoa,
Welcome
that's
back.
new. Alright.
Well, she's dead.
Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah, there's a being with two heads back there wearing some weird masks, and hit her, and she's dead. Behind the carousel.
You hear what sounds like the combination of a laugh and a roar coming from behind the carousel as the ground beneath your feet begins to shake again.
So, Lunisa, do you want to go and deal with this, or should I?
I'm gonna jump on top of the carousel.
Alright, move your token there.
Ahead.
Move your token there.
What?
Go onto the carousel.
You're attempting to move onto the top of the carousel?
I just jump up there and pull
Okay.
myself up.
Well, you can't see anything below you anymore because you're above the fog cloud. It's over 10 feet tall. So, you're up there, you're alone, and you see nothing. Except for what appears to be a wheel off in this direction.
How tall was the figure that Phaedra saw?
It's medium, so it's about human-sized.
Okay, so not hulking, so not super big. Okay. That's good. Well, I don't think it's friendly. I mean, at all. So, fuck this thing.
Told you. I told you.
So even as you begin to talk about it, something starts walking out from behind the carousel, allowing you guys, except for Lunissa, who can't currently see anything, to see it.
I mean, can I hear it stomping around?
Not really. It's not that heavy. They're especially with the loud music playing. You really can't hear anything. In fact, you Lunissa can't even feel the tremors anymore because you're on top of a spinning carousel. Uh, But the rest of your party feels the tremors underneath their feet and sees this two-headed monstrosity coming around the corner, wearing what looks like two clown masks on each one on each head,
What,
lifting
the,
hooked arms.
show.
what the hell is this thing?
It's a freak show.
One time she wants to stab something, she runs away from it.
Uh, I keep forgetting that I roll with advantage with the
shit.
shield.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
It
that
looks
bad.
really
I'm
weird
going-
when one of them are a 1.
I was like,
Time change?
roll 20? Really?
Oh, hey, look. Erk rolled the same as me.
No, I rolled 9.
Oh, it just you forgot.
Yeah.
I see.
Sadly.
I was gonna say, hey.
Twinsies.
Yeah.
Just like this
Glad the thing-
character, this monstrosity.
I'm glad this thing rolled pretty low.
Mhm.
Farron didn't roll much higher. In fact, he rolled lower. But
His
at least
name's the
majority of us are
Angry.
going above.
The angry.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
angry.
they're fun creatures.
Oh.
So what have we had so far? The lonely, the angry. What's next?
The beholder, the
I
hungry.
think you weren't far off with the 7 deadly sins.
I know, right? It's fun. It's
So
great.
Shiori, what do you do?
Let Billy own it.
You know. Look at my character sheet. What can I do here in this situation?
Kick some
And-
ass.
Ooh, that's right. The carousel is shedding light. Let me do something real quick.
I mean, I can see 120 feet without any.
No. It's not that. It's that the carousel shedding light.
The thing probably has the same problem the other ones had.
Yeah, that's right. They have those things. That's
Yes.
fun.
The rest of everything else is would be considered in darkness or dim light, but the carousel, the area immediately around the carousel would technically all be light.
Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Yeah, considering the lonely we just fought before.
Oh, it's more of the same thing. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I was missing what you guys were alluding to. I was like, wait, what? I need another cup of coffee here in a minute.
Oh, close. You are not very close, friend.
So yeah, that would be. I'm gonna move that to the map layer. But basically, the light is all around there. So all of those areas technically would be in enough light to make a difference.
While Satsurka's going like super lost, I will be back.
There. Because that's as close as I can get with my 30 feet of movement. And I will blast at it because it needs to die.
All right.
Others blast its focal components, right?
That's a miss, but that second one's a hit.
Let's see.
I have a general idea of which direction it's in.
That's not where I wanted to click. Sorry about that.
It's still very loud. You have to roll perception at disadvantage to be able to distinguish that from where you're at, Linissa.
Even with what the 7 passive?
Well, that might help. But again, you're on top of something and you're actively trying to listen, so that it's basically you have to make an actual roll. And because you're basically your hearing is being disrupted by the loud music, that would still count. Anything else you can do, Shiri?
Last one.
Why do you currently have a flag up?
Because of the bardic inspiration.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know if that's gone away or.
Oh, that would have gone away by now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Cool. Phaedra!
Right up to this thing. Bonus action, shield master, contested athletics, knock it prone.
Alright. Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe I was waiting for your athletics roll.
Oh fuck.
Whoa!
Killed my baby dragon, you bitch. She mad!
Yep.
Killed my baby!
Well, it's not like your dragon will stay dead. I mean, she just went back to the Feywild for a bit.
It doesn't make her any less angry. You kill an emotional support dragon, angry dwarf is coming out.
Against the anger, that is like the most awesome thing ever, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so, come here, Bob. Make sure I actually killed. Click Bob. Okay, Bob.
Battle axe.
Bob.
Bob, Bob, Bob. With advantage, because prone. Ooh. I don't think that. Does 16 hit?
I believe so. Let me check. Actually, no. It's writhes, and you end up burying your axe partly into the ground next to it.
Cool. Another one with Bob.
There we go. That's the card I was looking for.
There you go.
Now that hits. One-handed or two-handed?
Oh, one-handed. Yeah, she's got her shield up.
Sorry.
And then...
And since you're in light, that's actually full damage.
I'm trying to think if she wants to... He's prone. Yeah, she's not going to spend a die right now. I don't think. Yeah, and I'm gonna hold on to her action surge in case some ghost hits up. So yeah, that's her turn.
All right, Lanissa, you're up on top of things. You're here. Roll a perception at disadvantage to see if you can make out exactly where things are.
Would I have heard a loud tonk as someone got hit hard?
That's what I'm saying. Is there is a lot of music playing directly underneath of you. It is basically your ears are currently vibrating
20?
because of the music. Yeah, the 20, you could just make out a grunt and a chop coming from somewhere in this direction.
I'll run that direction. I jump off the carriage.
And you see the angry there.
Bonus action. It's prone. Damn it. Whatever. Bonus action. Activate the. So now I should light, and I'm gonna poke it. So first with the flame dagger.
Ah.
Done with the
Nice.
venom dagger. That is a +1 weapon. That's no sneak attack.
So you activated your flame dagger.
Yeah. So the first one is all the damage, and the second one doesn't
Nice.
don't take the 7 because that's sneak attack.
No, I'm just checking because that also means that you are shedding a little bit of light, and anything directly in front of you will get hit by light. So even if it moves
Oh.
away.
And bonus action. I'm gonna kick it. Why not?
You already did your bonus action to activate the flame tongue dagger.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, my
I was
mistake.
gonna say.
Will.
And invisible.
Okay.
5,
Bye.
10, 15, 20, 25.
He's going for those kneecaps.
And that's my turn.
Urk. Welcome back, Phaedra.
Jesse.
Jesse.
You know BRB. I didn't remember him doing that.
I think he said it. I don't think he typed it. I remember him
Yeah,
saying
if there's
something.
a lot of
Yeah,
people
I think he
talking, we
went
might have heard.
BRB.
So as a DM, I've used this creature once.
Uh huh.
It is not a good creature.
What is it?
A nasty one. It's called angry, and it is called that for very specific reasons.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely like a seven deadly sins kind of cube thing, then.
I used this thing as a mini boss.
Oh, good.
Would Vera know anything about this creature? He knew something about the lonely.
That's something you're going to have to roll on your turn.
I will roll on my turn.
Very low that you use this as a mini boss.
I mean, I knew what the lonely was. I should know what the angry is.
This is not good. Phaedra just knocked it prone.
To be fair,
Welcome
out
back,
of
Will.
all the ones that would be in its range, I'd be happier of you being in its range, because you have a fuck ton of AC.
Yeah, well, if Lunisa needs it, Phaedra can also give AC as 2. What's your AC, Quentin?
Pretty 18. 18, pretty decent.
18? Okay.
Erk, are you back yet?
Jesse! How long did he plan to be gone for? Jesus.
I don't know. I didn't even hear him say he was going away somewhere.
I
did.
thought yeah.
He said it toward the beginning.
Yeah, he was like,
combat.
I'm all the way at the bottom of initiative.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember you saying that. Him saying that.
Even though I'm at the bottom of initiative.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like right in the middle. Ish. Whatever.
Yeah, he's in one of the bottom 3.
Yeah.
Always
Bottom
with a
3
part
still
five
at the
to
bottom of the... Yeah, I'm the only one that goes after the anger.
You're the hero, so that's fine.
We have a healer.
Oh wait, Viren isn't the healer. He's the late healer.
Yes.
No, Necromancer is not a healer.
I bring people
don't-
back to life.
Don't
That's not
shame
the way they were.
necromancers.
I'm not
Don't-
shit!
Don't shame necromancers. They just want to raise families.
Uh,
Oh, Fluffy.
Oh, this is fine.
everything's fine. We're only going to die.
Shut your mouth! Fucking people. If we're gonna die, then you'll have some experiments, Viren. There you go. So, look,
I
silver
won't if I
lining.
die.
Well, then don't die. In the name of necromancy, don't die. You must survive.
This is
Hey,
the
I have
ultimate
a lot of
necromancy
things to
experiment
keep
when
me up.
reviving yourself.
Oh god, oh god.
It's the ultimate experiment.
Okay, I'm here to make my turn. Very quickly. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I will give Phaedra Bardic Inspiration.
Sweet.
Yep. Fucking Bardic Inspiration. Oh god. And this oh god.
It's all that
I don't
music
think
in the
that I can help
background.
this guy. Yep, okay. That ends my turn.
That's the end of your turn? Okay.
What level bard is he, anyways?
8.
He's also barbarian.
Oh yeah.
So the angry stands up. And it turns. It makes attack against Lanissa.
I'm basically just gonna hold my turn just in case that he.
You
somehow
already
gets
passed
closer.
your turn. You already used your bonus action and everything.
Damn it. Okay, all
I
good.
mean, he only uses his bonus action.
Hold on. I hate it when these things do that. So it raises up its hooks and slash. Does that hit?
Nope.
And slash again.
God. That's a
Ooh.
lot of damage.
That does hurt, and that's not even including the psychic damage that goes along with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not high enough for it.
Oh!
But
That
it
by
was
the
a
uses.
way-
lot of damage.
I'm
By the way,
so.
that
If
actually-
you guys can handle fighting that thing, I'll be going the other way.
Hey, is
The ground-
damage,
Now this might be the end of the Angry's turn. However, the thing that's been burrowing underneath of you all this entire time is now going to make a turn.
I knew I should have gone out and had a
Here we
cigarette.
go. Time to fight.
Time for something
I'm
bad
so
to
sorry,
attack us
Baron.
Here
all.
comes the heart condition.
Here
Disclaimer.
comes the bone.
Why me?
Hey,
Chris,
I
you
haven't
really
made a
want to
single
kill.
noise this entire fight.
let's
Girl,
hope,
you want
As
to
of
kill?
where the token happened to be underground.
let's hope it's a badger. Oh fuck.
I was right.
I
How?
haven't made a single
How?
noise this entire fight.
That's a
I
big
told
thing.
you.
And
It shouldn't
unfortunately,
come towards-
it's attacking Baron.
I'm just gonna die.
Do I have to
Oh,
do anything?
You will in a minute because it just burst up underground underneath of you. Jesse, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
And I'm echoing, by the way, as it attempts to bite Viren. Can
Yeah,
you also
that's
mute
not
yourself,
it.
please, Jesse? There's a lot of echoes coming in. Thank you.
No way I can stop that damage. Still up.
So its mouth basically opens up underneath of you, Viren, as Irk is thrown to the side. Thankfully, for him, at this point, he takes no damage. But he is he falls off of it and spills to the ground on his feet, thankfully, as you start sliding down a purple worm's throat.
Did you make a deck save?
Now Viren has to roll a dex save.
Yeah.
At disadvantage because it's directly underneath of you.
Oh, come on. I'm not gonna make it anyway.
Yeah, it swallows you. You basically just, it opens up. You take damage from running into teeth on the way down, but it's essentially its mouth just opened up underneath of you and you fell. Is basically how this works. As Urk falls off to the side and it attempts to sting somebody.
Uranus, are you still alive?
I'm not alive. Yeah, I'm still up.
In its
I have
stomach,
health.
though.
And it aims its stinger right at Urk.
Urk might be
God.
down.
That is a lot of poison.
So what's happening?
You're dead.
You just
got-
took a shit ton of damage.
Dude,
Who's
he's
gonna
not
make
Yeah,
dead.
I'm dead.
Actually,
Okay.
actually, you have to do a Constitution saving throw to see if you take that poison damage.
Okay.
You definitely
Ow.
want to do this.
And you
Alright.
succeed, which means you only take
Thank
half
the
of that,
gods.
which means you only take 20 points of extra damage. So you take 41 damage altogether, Eric.
Is this fight even possible?
Oh.
Why are they so strong?
We're not all
Grizz wants
level.
to end the campaign.
We're
What?
not all level 9 Grizz. Only 3 of us are.
Grizz just wants to end the game.
No, I've got plans.
Do you? I'm going to die down here.
Viren,
Yeah, Viren is dead.
Like, there's...
Can you teleport out of there? Teleport out of there, man.
I mean, I'm not sure what I can do in this situation.
Anything
Can
that would do a lot of damage.
I see outside the worm?
You're
through
still
its
basically
mouth?
falling down its throat. You haven't quite hit the stomach, which is why you're not taking instant death acid damage at the moment.
Yeah, so
Uh,
can I
You
see
take-
You
outside
can
the
see the
mouth?
sky. That's about
he
it.
takes that damage at the start of the worm's turn, not his turn.
Okay. Yeah, actually, that does say it's under the worm's turn.
Um, how much would this do? Not enough. That doesn't do enough. That doesn't do enough. You know, it's either do this and possibly go unconscious by 4 damage, or get swallowed. So I'm gonna try Misty Stepping out of the mouth.
All right. Yeah, you can see it enough to misty step with. Like you see the basic top of a booth, mostly the sky, because everything 10 feet above.
If I can see the top of the booth,
You can sort of see the top of the booth, but yeah, you basically bamf over
Nice.
here.
Uh,
But right now you're
Just
you're,
kinda-
you're just above the fog line because you basically bamfed up there and are now standing above the fog.
do I don't know if I have a do I have a potion? That's not. No, 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 no. Okay.
What were you? What was the pink dot there for?
I don't know. I didn't have a pink dot before.
Alright, 'cause that's usually a concentration marker.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what was there, but yeah, that's my turn.
And Viren survived. Nice. I thought that was gonna kill you. I was like, uh-oh.
So did I.
Viren's the
I'm
one
on
standing
1
directly
hit
underneath
point.
where the purple worm is gonna come out.
Can I just point out, it took me to 1 hit point.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'm at 7.
If it did any more damage, I would be dead.
Shiori.
I am going to flank with Urk here. And hey, this thing's gotta die. This thing's gotta go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because that's not good.
Miss. Hit. And I'm echoing again. I can hear somebody. Testing. It's from Jesse. Jesse.
I don't think he's there.
Ugh, I think he left his mic open. My little guy. And this makes it Phaedra's turn.
Yeah, I don't really have any bonus actions.
So you could do something, Jerry.
No, unfortunately, my only bonus action is to heal myself, and I haven't taken damage.
Okay. Phaedra. Hello.
Sidestep. Reaches in, feeds a potion of greater healing to Lunisa as an action.
I mean,
4d4 plus 4. 16 points of healing. Let me delete that from the inventory. 1 second.
don't get me wrong. Thank you for healing me, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
You know, let me do my thing and just roll with it. Okay. So that was her action. Bonus action. Dumping 3 healing lights to Viren.
Oh, thank God. I'm got health.
So that's 3d6. One, two, 3d6. Come on. 10 points of healing to Viren.
I'm not dead just yet.
Stepping back over here. Action surge.
Nice.
Okay. Come here, Bob. Advantage because flanking. 21.
That definitely hits.
Perfect. Spending a superiority die. Yeah. Yeah, we need to focus on the worm. Menacing attack, getting it to be scared. DC 17 wisdom save.
Alright.
And extra damage is... Motherfucker, where are you? D8.
Okay, gets advantage on that roll. You said wisdom save, yes?
I believe, yeah, wisdom save. DC 17.
Yeah, it succeeded.
Damn.
The one head looks a bit startled, but the other head just kind of growls and looks at you.
Cool, she's got another attack. Me. Bab. Me. And she's gonna try to do it again. Extra die, D8 damage, 6 points of damage, and DC 17 wisdom save.
Okay.
She's just screaming at it. Probably not a good thing to do, but some
Ooh,
people ain't.
that actually
But
succeeded
worked
on that.
time.
And what's the effect of this?
It is frightened until the end of my next turn. So
Which would give it disadvantage against rolls against you?
Against
Skill checks and
attack
stuff.
rolls in general.
Okay, which means
All attack.
which
hold on,
which
I'm
means
pulling
that its next attack is actually a wash because of the anger.
Yeah. By the way,
I think
Fun
it has to move away from me as well. It has to spend its turn to.
Roll
No, I
bring
think
up the
you
text.
can't get
I'm
closer.
yeah, I can't go closer. I'm copying it from Roll20. I was wrong.
Blah.
Linissa.
yeah.
This is a
Quick question, am I
situation.
echoing?
Or
You were echoing earlier.
Okay, but I'm not now?
Testing. No.
Awesome.
Linissa.
let's see.
You're currently flanking with Phaedra.
I guess I'll stab it twice. So first flint on.
Okay. So let's see. That's 22 points of damage. Alright. That was a hit.
Then regular dagger.
That misses.
Bonus action disengage.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna. I have 40 feet of movement speed, right? Yeah. I'm out of
The other
here.
side of the carousel. Will.
Well, the situation has changed since you will last had a turn.
Which is good because Will looks behind him and sees the spot where he had been standing is now a purple worm.
Okay. Big fucking worm. Quick thinking. What to do. Will is going to try to make it into an earthworm.
Ooh, polymorph. Excellent choice.
Just a normal, small little earthworm.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 16. Please.
Please fail.
Earthworm it is! Suddenly,
Oh my
the,
God.
suddenly the entire worm just vanishes in front of you, and you see you just see something little tiny thing moving in the dirt there.
You know what? I'm gonna roll and pick it up and put it in my pocket gently.
All right,
Now, I have a
that
portable.
that's your bonus action. You
Yeah,
now have
I
have a
know,
polymorph
I
giant
know,
purple
but
worm
what
on
if
you.
someone stepped on it?
Good point.
I'm
Accidentally-
just saying. I'm Listen,
I love it how we
it's
just
tinier
fucked
than
up
me
this
now.
idea.
it's tinier than me now. And
Read it to the
For
angel.
now.
you hear an invisible, like, from where the purple worm just were, you hear Will go, I have the worm!
Vader turns. What?
I'm assuming Viren can't see anything.
Yeah, you can't
Because
see
he's on the
anything because
top of the
you're
booth.
top of the
So
booth.
as he hears this, he just looks where the worm, where he came from. He's just like, what happened down below?
You just see the fog.
How does Will have the worm?
I have
does
the
this
worm!
Viren's just trying to think, what does this mean?
He's
How is it
grappling this giant.
I'm grappling the worm! Well,
Yeah,
I'm,
like
in
that's
a,
what
I'm in a
Viren's
deadly
trying to
battle with
imagine
the
himself.
worm!
Oh my god.
So it's basically in my front pocket now. Just, I'm so gentle, I'm invisible, I'm just trying to stay out of everyone's way, basically. So I'm just gonna go here, I think. That's the end of my turn.
It's a good thing
Oh!
Will said something.
The spell has no
because
effect on
Viren-
shape changers at all. I need to remember that for next time. There's certain things that you try to shape change that can't be shape changed because they're shape changers.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
keep forgetting that text.
It's a lot of text.
Yeah.
They should have
I don't think
TLDR.
purple worms are known for their shape changing.
No, they're not. It's just that there was something else that I think you either polymorphed or attempted to polymorph that shouldn't have happened, but, probably
Galen
fluke.
Cole.
Possibly.
Mmm.
But or it could have
learn
happened in
from
another
this last
campaign. It's just
mistake.
something that I remembered, that realized when I saw that. It's like, oh, that shouldn't have been possible then. Oh well, I didn't read it at the time, therefore
Right.
it was a cosmic fluke if it was shape changed.
It was an
It's not-
epic fucking polymorph.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will's magic was too potent.
Oh, it's Urk's turn.
And Will has
Maybe.
proclaimed where he is.
Which is a good thing, because on Viren's turn, he was about to fireball.
No. Yeah. I'll do that.
So Urk, what do you do? Jesse.
Okay, yeah, it's my turn. Yeah, I know. I did have a little bit of a plan for that earthworm, but that's not gonna happen now. I was
Sorry?
gonna rage. I was gonna rage and.
You should rage.
just block it. No, because that means I can't do magic spells. I can still shadow, right?
Barbarians.
Okay, how far away is that? 35, 40 feet. How far is shadow? 60 feet. So I'll do it right here, so it's not hitting Phaedro.
Okay.
Use shatter. That's
Whoa.
not what I want.
1 second, guys. 1 second. You okay, little guy? That's why you don't go back there. You don't want to accidentally fall like that.
Aw,
Can you still?
Max.
He decided he wanted to climb behind my computer screen and he slipped. And for a second there, I was making sure he wasn't caught actually in the cables that were gonna hurt him badly when he fell. I actually had to move my TV
Okay,
today
I
because he
need
kept
to
going
check.
back behind it. And I kept seeing him try to jump up on top of from the TV from behind, which would have knocked the TV over. Because I don't have that one mounted.
DC 16.
Sorry about
on
that,
this
guys.
guy.
It's all good.
No, you're fine.
No, little guy's okay. He's just he's fine, and he didn't seem. I don't think he broke anything. But I'm more concerned about him than him breaking something.
Yeah.
Because if he knocked my TV over, it's like, yeah, that would break, but I'd be more worried that he, and I'd have to find some way of getting it replaced. It would be costly, but I'd be more worried about him getting hurt by it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
he's irreplaceable.
so-
He's a sweet little,
Okay,
he's a sweet
okay.
little guy.
And I'll give Phaedra another bardic inspiration.
Yeah, she can't stack. They don't stack. She's already got one. She hasn't used it yet.
Oh, she hasn't used it? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll give Shiori it then.
How do you inspire her?
With metal music, of course.
Sorry, I'd forgotten to ask that before when you did that with Phaedra. I prefer knowing the.
It's always with metal music. Anyway, I need to be back.
All right.
Do y'all want to know a fun fact?
Mm.
In player knowledge?
What?
Yeah, it's got advantage, but because it's frightening, it's not a flat roll.
Yep.
Why does it
I
have
mentioned
advantage?
this because you hit it.
Because you hit it. And it hits
Oh.
it as soon as it takes damage, and also gains that extra damage.
Oh fuck
'Cause it's-
me.
Yep.
Yeah. You would
Oh,
fight
well.
it. It's harder. But
Yep.
you can't get rid of it unless you fight it.
Well, that's the thing about it. That's the thing about anger. So
Yeah, that's true.
Fine.
so
So-
Which is
it's
a flat roll.
its attack are flat rolls. Hook damage against Phaedra,
Yep.
Oof.
and that provokes its psychic attack.
26. Got
20 points of psychic damage.
So, attack is at a disadvantage, right? Or does it have
And she's bloody. That's a mess.
All right.
It has a flat roll because it has advantage because it took damage.
Yeah, but does it have advantage on all attacks or just the first one?
All attacks, but it can only do psychic damage with the first hit.
It's only because of Acquisitions Incorporated that I know what you mean when I say I'm blooded.
I used to, I didn't play Pathfinder, but I used to play 3.5 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a term that also shows up with Pathfinder and 3.5 and all of that. I mean, they used to say that all the time in Critical Role as well.
Because
during the
first
early
started
parts when
playing
they were still
D&D, it was
traditioning.
3.5.
Yeah. I think my first was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons a long time ago, but it was like, as a science fiction convention. It was over a weekend, so it was just like, short form campaigns.
Mhm.
Like, usually pre-made by the GM.
Alright, well.
Biren's
Baron's
turn.
dead.
Alright.
Yeah, the worm is still in your pocket, Will. It seems you feel it wiggle a bit, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything in there.
Yeah, it gets the new creature's statistics, but it keeps its personality. So I
Yep.
imagine it's just a very hungry earthworm.
It's attempting to burrow, yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
We'll take this moment to tame it.
Well,
I will have a pet.
Oh god,
Burrow.
now I'm getting flashes of Dune.
oh,
Viren will slowly get off the.
Well, they are possible to
Food.
tame, so
As he's heard that Will apparently.
yeah. You see
had
the you see the
Wow.
caved-in area where the worm came up and tried to eat you, and all you see in there is just Will standing there.
no, I'm invisible.
Will's
Oh,
invisible.
Will's
I don't
invisible. Sorry,
see him.
you don't even see
It
Will.
takes an action for me to.
So
remove
you
the
see
cloak.
Urk and Shiori standing on either side of the depression, but you don't see anything else except for maybe a little bit of gnomish footsteps, like maybe
Nope.
no, not even that.
Please
Sorry,
don't leave
boots
any
of
tracks.
boots of elvenkind. Forgot about that.
No trace.
And pass without
of
trace.
the worm whatsoever.
Yeah, forgot about that. Sorry, guys.
Viren just looks
No,
at
it's
the
fine.
traitor with a bit of confusion.
Well,
And
pass
then
without
looks
trace
over
would have
at
been gone, but the boots of
the
elvenkind,
anger.
shoes of elvenkind,
Um,
elvenkind.
does Viren know what this creature is?
Which one?
The anger.
Roll a history check.
Eh.
You spent time in the Feywild, but not the Shadowfell. However, you have heard some stories about the Shadowfell and things that got lost there and mutated.
Friendly reminder: all of Phaedra's weapons are silvered.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's also currently standing in enough light to negate its resistance. And you happen to know that things like this do better in dim light and darkness, much like the Lost. That because of their two heads, that they make it harder for them to be frightened, stunned, knocked unconscious, charmed, deafened, or blinded. And that when it gets very angry, after being hit, it can do far more damage in one round. Pretty much you know the things that everyone in the party already knows.
Viren's just gonna go, oh, it's the angry. It gets angry when you hit it. Which will make it stronger, he says out loud.
Good.
And what... Do I still have my action?
Yes, you did. That was just your movement and your bonus action.
Then I'm going to, because I just want to keep myself safe, I'm gonna cast False Life on myself,
Alright.
That's a fair option, honestly.
which I don't apparently have a easy fixing for it. And I'll do it at 3rd level because I'm very low on health.
Is that all you're doing?
That's all I'll be doing.
Shuri.
Oh, I counted that wrong. Because boop, boop, boop. I can move through Phaedra space. And I'm gonna flank it.
Nice.
There we go, 17 temporary HP.
Nice. I'm gonna bop it because that's what we need to get rid of it now. And we do this.
Alright, that hits. That's a 10. And that's a 13.
Because I got shield and sword.
Phaedra!
Bonus action, second wind.
Alright.
Dice roller, 1d10 plus 6. Plus 8. Okay, no longer bloodied. That's good. 2 attacks with Bob, one-handed, with advantage, because Shuri's flanking.
Hmm. 11. Wow, you guys make short work of even the most nasty of enemies. You
You
guys
say that, but if that
Sure
purple
is.
worm was still here,
will.
Okay, one more attack.
What?
No. I mean, you've got Will. Will defeated the purple worm in one. And the purple worm didn't even get to eat Viren.
Oh, defeated.
Well, technically it did eat
Sure.
me.
It didn't. You didn't finish
I
swallowing
just
it.
escaped it.
You
I just
escaped its
escaped
mouth
it.
as it was attempting to swallow you. Yeah.
And I didn't defeat it, I just caused it a mild inconvenience.
it'll be back later, right?
Yeah.
What if we put it in back holder?
Then this
Like, do I have a? If I go over here, would I have like a clear shot at it? Or like a semi-clear
you
shot?
wouldn't really be able to see the thing with the fact the carousel is still spinning. You can't get a shot at it from there. No.
Okay. And what about if I go over here?
Watch it.
It'd still be difficult, but and you hear a gnomish voice telling you to be careful, sort of.
I mean, as long as I have a shot at it, it's fine because it would
Yeah.
be a straight roll. 'cause
Yeah, it'd be a straight roll because that would be a disadvantage, but you're a sharpshooter. That's a straight roll.
Yeah, let's just throw normally.
Miss. Miss.
Oh, come
Both go vamping back.
on. Okay. Bonus. Yeah, that's it. Wait, can I bonus action? Nah, there's nothing to hide from. So
All right. Will, what would you like to do?
I feel like I. God, I should probably go invisible.
You're already invisible.
Visible.
Oh.
The opposite.
I thought you said invisible.
I should probably make sure people see me. Because otherwise things could go wrong.
Very quickly. Yeah, you've got a worm in your pocket.
Oh, don't we want to kill that worm?
Well,
I'm
as
sure
long
we
as it's
can.
not in play right now, we can deal with
Considering
the
it
angry.
It almost did like 65 points of damage to you in one hit.
It almost swallowed me whole.
Yeah.
Completely.
Keep it as an open for a
Nope.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it nearly down 2 people in one turn.
Yeah.
And I'm all out of outs, so if it swallows me again, I will die.
If I
Again. What if we just killed the little worm?
Then it
Where
would come
did
back
that
with
go?
a big worm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes back.
It basically has
itself.
1 hit point, and if that hit point goes, it's back.
Oh, it'll take the rest of the damage though, but it'll also be back. And
Yeah,
they're
Yeah,
usually
unless,
called
okay, that's
unkillable
understandable.
eating machines.
unless you do like 1,000 damage, I'm not gonna let you. uh, shit. I feel like I should help with that thing up there though. I'm running out of spell slots as well. If I go here, can I see it through the carousel?
Not easily. You'd be at disadvantage.
Right. What if the thing I'm using isn't an attack thing? It's just a spell.
Then it's whatever the spell thing says. You can sort of see it. That should be enough.
Alright then. Because this spell doesn't require concentration. So I'm gonna cast Blight on it. And I'm gonna have to use a 5th level. Wait, come on. Really? Blight, 5th level.
Alright.
Blight.
Constitution saving throw from the angry.
Blight, that, 5th level.
Oh!
Ah, you bastard.
So it takes half damage. Roll. So that
So
would
that's 37
be
half.
yeah, more like the 36 halved, which would be an 18.
Well, plus, yeah, sure.
It rounds down.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I do the same when you guys get hit by something.
Yeah. Fuck. Alright, that was my 5th level spell slot, and I'm gonna move over here. I'm just gonna make sure everyone knows I'm going this way. Don't bump into me.
Volatile gnome.
Volatile gnome coming through.
Have purple worm will travel.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Yes?
It's your turn.
I didn't know if I was muted or not. Okay. So, how far away can I do Vicious Mockery? 60 feet.
Yep.
Yell at it and insults. You ugly looking freak.
Wisdom saving throw.
You're a freak. You're a freak.
It's DC 16.
Both of the heads kind of look at each other, and scream back unintelligibly.
And its next attack is bad attack, basically. Whatever.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Which oh, that's right. That one already got
I was
Phaedra.
just about to say.
Yeah. Which means it gets out again, which means that it's just a wash. That's good. But that's only for its. What else do you want to do, Urk?
I'll kill Lunis the Bodic Inspiration.
Okay. The angry,
And that'll
still reeling from that. Let's see here. Is staring right down at Phaedra, and will attempt a hook attack.
Yup.
Whoa.
No, it can't.
Yes, it can. It gets advantage because it was hurt, which means that it gets a wash because of that. You stopped it from getting advantage, which means you stopped it from getting a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
Potentially. You take 17 points of psychic damage, and it has a second attack, which I believe is no longer hit by Vicious Mockery.
Nope.
But that misses.
So. Oh, thank God.
Super.
I'm gonna AFK for a tiny bit.
And slice. And then miss as you're reeling from the hit. Viren.
Okay, so I am going to. Okay, I will cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
Alrighty. Good choice.
Then second level, 3rd level.
16 points of damage.
Christmas.
Nice.
Pew 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 pew.
Anything else you wish to do, Viren?
That's about it.
Move down a little bit.
Shiori.
This shield is gonna drop,
Okay, two-handed.
and the Zambato is out. Pay attention to me. Strike with advantage.
Alright. Magical slashing. Alright, you hit it twice. You hear it scream in pain. Blood welling down its back as its head's turned to look at you. Phaedra!
Hmm. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here.
Alright.
Yeah, bonus action, second wind.
Alright.
Question: how many of those you get?
Hell. Two.
Two. I can't remember what level you got the second one at.
Yeah.
I said they only get one.
Yeah. Got two. Yeah, only one action surge still, but
Yeah.
not till mucho later, which I'm looking forward to. Okay, yeah. Fuck this thing. Oh, does she want to be reckless? Nah. Advantage because flanking.
Yeah, first one's a miss, second one hits.
What?
It's still within the light, so its skin ripples and splits apart from the impact of the axe. Blood dripping down.
Menacing. Goad. Okay. Okay, that's her turn.
Lunissa.
I'm just gonna throw more daggers at it because I don't like getting close to it. Let's try sharpshooter because I have bardic inspiration.
Alright.
I could have used Bardic Inspiration on one of those. I forgot about that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
So roll your bardic inspiration, Lunissa. Let's see if you get it.
What is 1d8?
Keep forgetting.
1d8, so it's still possible for you to get that, I think. Hold on.
It's an
As far as you know, it's up to you.
9.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, then second one. No.
You hear the flame tongue tiger clatter as it slams into the moving carousel and bounces back. But you throw the second one right at it, and let's see. Oh, you manage to aim the second one right at it as it's twisting its head around back towards Phaedra, and the blade it goes right into the joint part of the neck where the two necks meet, and it gurgles and blood drops up to its mouth as it flails and falls back limply to the ground, unmoving.
Fade falls to 1.
Will goes out of invisibility.
What happened to the worm?
I got it.
Yeah,
Will said that
where?
he got it.
Where
It's
is it?
safe
Whatever
even
that
in my
means.
pocket.
For how long?
About an hour?
Can we get a short rest? Well, it's in your pocket.
I would rather be far away from it.
What if we put it in a bag of holding?
I'm not putting that.
I
thing
don't
back.
think the bag of holding would be able to hold it.
I don't know. Maybe it'll squish itself.
Nope.
Mm,
I'm
or like the bag of holding would probably just shatter.
We can leave it here and then go looking for the thing. Because
Unless we have to kill it to get out of here.
I don't think we do.
granted, would like to take a short rest.
Yeah. I'll. Oh.
You know what? Let's leave it here. Go to where we want to go and see how quickly we get there. And if we have time, we can take a short rest there. Because the thing, as long as we don't move, it won't find us. I presume. Because it can't automatically find things. It has to track things. And it doesn't die. So.
Chris, I'm not sure how this spell works because it has a range of 60 feet
Okay.
when I cast it, but it doesn't say anything about leaving a creature and walking away.
It would stay whatever form you locked it into for an hour or unless it takes damage.
Alright, good. Then I know. Right, well, in that case, I'd suggest, we hurry while it is trapped in that form.
Lead the way then. You drink a potion.
Let's go.
I assume that this is directed towards Phaedra.
Mm-hmm.
She'll reach in the bag. Fine. But if you insist. She'll take a greater. 4d4 plus 4.
Not bad.
No, not too bad.
I'm going to leave the worm right down here.
Okay.
Does anybody else want a healing potion?
No one step on the worm.
That would be great.
Greater
Ow.
healing potion to Varen.
And what's the...
40. It's a greater, so 44 plus 4.
You see the earthworm in front of you, Will, nudging down at the ground, seemingly trying to burrow.
Gently dropping it into the earth.
Lunisa?
There you go,
Yes.
friend. Goodbye.
No thanks. Okay.
Phaedra, may I take one, please?
Yes. Greater
good.
healing potion to Urk. So that's 44 plus 4 to Urk. Will, you okay?
I'm doing just fine. I'm just concentrating over here. It's, it's never
Hard
turn
work?
something- Yeah, it's hard work trying to turn something that big into something so small.
I was confused at first and very impressed.
Oh, as am I.
Vader will turn to everybody. Does everybody have like a potion on them in case they need it?
No.
Okay, Viren, another grading healing potion to you.
I don't have one either.
Urk, another greater healing to you.
Woo.
Thank God we stocked up. Okay. Okay,
I
so
have none
minus
as well.
greater healing potion to Shiori. So that brings us down to 2 in the bag.
So,
Will, do you need one?
I don't need. No, I'm fine.
Right.
Let's-
Let me rephrase that. Do you have one?
No.
One greater healing to Will. Lunisa,
fair,
do you...
Will having one, he could sneak and give someone that's unconscious one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Grizz?
Lunisa?
Yep.
Oh,
I'll just stay away from them.
What's wrong, Urk?
can he take a look at the clown masks
Sure.
that the was wearing?
Roll an investigation
do they
check.
appear different? Oh, okay. Investigation is not my strong suit.
Oh, and Fader's also going to hand out to everybody, if they would like it, a healer's kit. Excuse me.
The two clown masks look the same to you as you do a quick once over of them.
Okay, well, Urk will take one off of the heads and then bag it.
All right, you have a clown mask off and angry.
Grab 10 of them.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take a healer's kit.
Okay, so 1 to Urk, 1 to Viren, 1 to Will.
I'll be
What does
fine.
the healer's kit
Okay,
do?
no, just Urk, and you can stabilize somebody in case you don't have any
Okay,
healing.
yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, the chances of me getting the chance to stabilize someone's pretty low.
Fair.
Okay,
Wait,
so
can you
1 Urk.
use it while enraged?
I don't
I
know.
don't
That's
think
a
so.
Grizz question.
Use what while enraged?
A healer's kit?
Healer's kit.
I don't think so, because you're not thinking straight, and I think that
God
sort of thing
damn it.
requires a delicate use.
Yeah, that's understandable. Just
Quit
imagine
bleeding, damn
if
it!
you could though.
Yeah, quit bleeding.
Better!
Just drop some bandages in the hole. This is fine.
Yep.
Starts
So,
making them force feed in bandages.
are we taking a short rest now, or what's going on?
No, we're moving.
No.
Oh, we're moving. Okay.
We're moving. Away from here. Away from that worm. That terrifying worm in the corner over there.
Okay. Let's go.
Where are we going?
Lead the way.
I have no idea.
You're the one who with the eyes.
Oh, I do.
So you got the magical eyes.
It's the temple. Sorry.
The thread is actually moving right past the carousel towards the northeast.
So, yeah. She'll go.
Ah,
Yeah, walk around. Sure,
Will-
it's
Will is
right next to
walking.
her.
Will is walking with like a finger to his temple at all times, like concentrating.
I'm also gonna go back to the shield and sword for a bit.
Right, and as you do, you eventually come upon the large wheel that is slowly spinning. There is a rope barrier in front of it, and at the end of it is some kind of booth where there are, looks like tickets are just hanging out of it. And that leads up to a small gate that looks like it's operational, that leads right to the various carriages that are slowly swinging by on this giant wheel.
Are we supposed to go on this?
I'm getting
How-
that feeling.
How long did it take us to get here? Says the play.
Just like a minute or two.
Yeah, I need to keep track of the time.
Okay.
But it was like a 2 minutes patching up and then another minute of walking.
Alright.
Vader
Again.
will grab tickets.
Alright.
We'll grab a ticket as well.
Yeah, hands.
Yeah. I'll grab a ticket, why not?
What's these for?
What's the
I-
worst that can happen?
Oh, guess I'll take one.
You're way the fuck down there still, by the way.
So Phaedra, you are going to roll for me a 1d2.
Oh, we're finished.
Oh! Hey!
We're
I
almost
got
finished with the
really
7
nervous
deadly
for a
sins.
second. I was like, oh shit. Wait! Wait!
The
I
1d2
did-
means
and I want to
that we
bring the
should be
worm.
finished.
No, you already left the worm behind.
Darn! I want to bring it now.
Too
Well,
late.
would've been nice,
Introduce
but-
an invasive species into the next world.
Evidence needs a friend in the bar.
No, I was more like improvised weapon, throw an earthworm at someone.
I'm surprised he didn't want to do that to begin with. I mean,
I mean, Will is a little bit careful after seeing what it did to two people in just a couple of seconds.
alright.
I thought about feeding it to the angry.
I was thinking you guys were thinking about doing that too. Or leading it, or letting them fight while you guys run away. I thought of all sorts of little scenarios, the possibilities of what you guys might do. It's always fun to see what you guys actually come up with. Alright. So you vanish from that place, and when everything clears around you, You see yourself in a lovely little grove, partial clearing with a lot of fruit trees around you. There are numerous flowers of every color all around, and they smell so sweet and fragrant. And the trees just hang with fruit, overloaded. And the sun above you shines down merrily. It all feels just so tranquil,
There's too
so
tranquil.
calming.
What's the catch?
This. I
I
look
say out
around.
loud.
It's envy.
Too tranquil. There's got to be something bad here.
This room's got to be envy or
I already
lust.
read
One of
that
the
there.
two.
Interesting.
We can at the very least. Some of us need to rest, and without the threat of a worm, I think it's a little bit easier.
That's a good
Oh yeah,
idea.
we can take
Yeah,
her.
I'd like to get a. So I'd like to get a second level spell back.
Yes.
I'd like to be able to misty step away.
Everyone keep your eyes open while we rest, but do take time.
We take short rest.
Yes, we
What's
shall
that?
take a short rest in this
Carefully.
deceptively tranquil area.
Sure doesn't trust it.
So because Shuri doesn't trust it, what does Shuri want to do about that?
Just keep an eye
Just
out.
keeping. Yeah,
Alright.
Verin's also keeping an eye out. There's no trust
Shuri
in this
and
area.
Varen, please roll me perception checks.
Yeah. So. Boop.
Should we roll for hit dice?
You do hear the slight croaking of frogs coming from somewhere nearby. Maybe a pond or something between the trees. But that's about it.
So just keeping an eye out until we finish a short rest, basically.
Guys, no one pick the fruit.
I agree. I don't trust
Nope.
anything here.
Don't take anything.
Uh,
Can I investigate the flowers?
Sure.
Cool. Just in case that I find something anonymous from them.
Hey, Phaedra, what does your
Nope.
magic sense tell you?
Her magic sense went away as soon as, you jumped between areas.
But you can cast it at will,
Yes, she can.
hence why Verin's oxing.
She looks up as she's like mending her side and stitching herself. Yeah, let me prioritize that real quick. Hold on. Taps the side of her head.
I
While
mean,
like
you-
she's like
you can-
bloodied.
You can tap your side of the head and continue to mend yourself.
Yeah, the sense seems to be heading a bit to the east of this location.
I see it going to the east. Did she get anything
Which,
off the trees?
Viren, well, this entire area is radiating some low-level types of magic that are hard to discern, but for the most part, the actual thread that you've been following is heading off to the east. That seems to be in the same direction that Viren was hearing the croaking noises.
Oh.
Thread going to the east where the croaking noises were.
Why towards the creaking noises?
I recovered everything.
well, la di da.
So did Phaedra. Wait,
Surprisingly, how
no.
many things are on fighters that are short rest?
I don't know if her healing lights are. I need to look that up. I think that's long rest.
I think so too.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah. Long rest. So. During short rest, can she resummon Bebe?
Of course.
That's a lot of hit die.
She's got enough incense after this for one more for Cinder. So.
Good lord, losing is all.
Trying to think. Is it possible that we could take a break right now so I
Sure.
can go bathroom and stuff, and I might want to, since we're doing a short rest, I might want to change out a maneuver for her. So I
Sure.
need to read-
5 minute break. 5 to 10 minute break, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Hooray!
Now we have.
Will has won against the purple worm.
The fact that those things are been known to be named as unkillable eating machines.
It's not
and
like they
managed-
it's not like they aren't trainable. It's possible to make pets out of them somehow.
Oh yeah, sure, I've read about them. That is highly unlikely still. I mean,
to be
most
fair-
likely just turn around and eat you if they get hungry.
Yes.
I do remember one campaign where they were fighting some big boss, and they decided, oh, I'm going to cast. It was some homebrew spell where they could like summon a beast
Eight.
of certain CRs, but he cast it like 9th level,
Oh dear.
which made the CR up to just barely enough to summon a purple worm.
Oh, by the way, after 2 hours, we finally got our fucking McDonald's.
Dear.
Was it cold?
Yeah. No, it was actually still warm,
That's good.
but I ended up using the wrong credit card, so we had to redo it all. So thank God they didn't end up. I mean, the first time when I rang up to see what was going on, right? Because I didn't know that I used the wrong card. They ended up picking up the phone, and then they decided to hang up on me straight away.
Oh, I hate that.
I really hate that bitch. It was a chick that ended up picking it up, and she was asking for she was the one that was asking for the payment receipt. But no. She's a feminist. She hates men.
Hey. Dude.
Hi. She sounded really pissed off even the first time that we talked. That's the thing.
Anyway. So what do you guys think of that encounter?
Horrifying. Well, the
Balanced.
one was.
Well, I did ask you if you had a heart condition beforehand.
We
Yeah,
like if
balanced.
Will didn't do that, we would have probably been all dead.
Well, I did give you fair warning that there was something shaking underneath the for the entire time. It's like you keep hearing
Oh.
tremors underneath the ground.
Will was keeping an eye on it, or
Yep.
a sense on it.
Yeah, but then of course it was getting harder and harder to hear once you got up all the way to the carousel.
Mm.
But I left clues on the carousel saying like, okay, there's a body that's been ripped in half. The ground's disturbed. But only one of you got on top of the carousel, and everyone else pretty much stayed in one spot.
The thing is, like, the mist didn't make it easy for me to be on the carousel.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was having like a tremors moment with a mad clown stalking you. So you had like tremors meets mad clown.
Oh, by the way, if you got a Nintendo Switch,
Mhm.
do you guys watch the Nintendo Direct things?
No.
No idea what it is.
Okay, well, on the Nintendo Directs, they announced that Game Freak was making another game that wasn't Pokemon.
Okay.
It's called My Town Hero or something like that. and they released it without I like they released it, and they should have been released on the Nintendo Direct's uh time thing. Like when they showed the Nintendo Direct, it's basically just a mini E3 but for Nintendo. So, and Nintendo Direct ended up getting pushed back, so they ended up releasing the game earlier, I guess. And I am currently playing it, and it's not too bad.
That's good.
Hmm.
So, did any of you guys ever see the movie Tremors?
Oh, I fucking love that movie.
So I'm
I was
surprised.
hoping that once I was going to once when we killed it, I was gonna be like, call my ass, she's dead. Fuck you.
Yeah, the sequels weren't very good, but I always liked the original. Yeah, I figured like for the purple worm, I really couldn't resist a Tremors moment there.
Mm.
I,
Just be
now
glad.
I'm-
Just be glad there wasn't three of them.
Now that I'm checking, like looking at the damage, I'm actually glad I got swallowed. If that stinger hit me,
With the
I
stinger,
would be.
yeah, the stinger would have killed you.
I would have been dead, and there's no way I would have made that Constitution check.
Yeah. Yeah, that stinger would have been the death of you. That's why I basically had it roll to see which, because you were standing next to each other, so it was going to swallow one of you. Um,
So I'm kind of happy that it swallowed me.
yeah.
Even though it almost had it rolled one higher, killed me.
Yep.
I mean, downed you.
Yeah, but I would be in its belly.
You,
and
you,
then
you
go
would have been
down
in
to
its
it after-
stomach, and yeah, that
and
wouldn't.
then
Because he would have been within its aura when it was transformed. You would have been transformed with it. So you would
mean,
have
I
just
had
been
an
dissolved.
Yeah, I mean, if you wouldn't have gotten out of there, I would have probably jumped in there and then teleported out with him. Was my backup plan, but he didn't get out.
Jump into the purple worm.
I mean, if I make a clean
Okay.
jump, I don't take any damage.
I think that should go on a wall of out of game quotes that people need to hear. Just to know out of context quotes that people need to hear. Like if you hadn't done that, I would have jumped into the purple worm to save you, or something like that effect.
Dumb ways to die starts playing. Ways to die.
So many dumb ways to die.
Jump into a purple worm.
Is this from something that you're singing?
It was a
Dumb ways to
commercial
die.
about
Yeah, it's from the
railway
game.
safety. Like don't basically came down to don't play on rails, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Mm. It's basically a
And-
full-on ad.
And yet there are people that do that anyway. Especially in this country where people are stupid.
Natural selection.
Yeah.
I really need my spell slots back. We need a long rest eventually.
We just had a short rest. We had a short rest, yes, but what about long rest?
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Okay,
but
hobbits.
Like, luckily, Misty Step is a level 2, so I could get that back.
Arcane recovery? Oh no, wait.
Yeah, Arcane Recovery for the win.
Yeah.
Keeping me going for a bit longer.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh shit, I gotta grab some coffee. I forgot to. BRB.
Coffee, 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 coffee.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Everyone back?
Quentin?
Oh, okay.
Man.
Copy that.
Just waiting on that.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Just waiting for Quentin. What's confusing you?
Oh, I'm here.
This game.
There we are. So everyone's back.
Are we gonna die? Because else I can go.
You don't know.
Give us a moment.
So, like I said, you're currently in a clearing filled with beautiful fragrant-smelling flowers. It is very relaxing here, and you're surrounded by
Too relaxing.
by trees full of fruit. Somewhere, and I keep hearing clicking noises. Somewhere off to the east, Viren has been hearing the sound of croaking. And not Shiori, and Phaedra has seen the thread of magic keeps heading in that direction. There's also a low-level magic field around the area, Phaedra, that seems to be one that cultivates peacefulness and relaxation. Kind of like something you might find enchanted in a spa.
Overall magic here make us feel peaceful and relaxed.
No, it's doing the opposite.
Yeah, it's done the opposite. Well,
Jordan
are we
immediately
ready?
distrusts this kind of thing.
Are we ready to head towards the croaking?
Yes.
Yes.
Fate will start
Yeah.
following the thread.
All right. So are you guys just walking?
Do we want to try to be sneaky?
I mean, sneaky's always better. Especially seeing as we don't know what's in this area.
Sneaky sneak.
As much as we can be sneaky.
Do you mind?
Are we gonna get past without a tree?
Will cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone that leaves me, so.
Wow.
That spitefulness.
Well,
29.
Pure spite.
Poor Louisiana.
Ooh, still no good.
Wait, I'm more sneakier than Will?
Yep.
I cast Pass
That's
Without a
scary.
Trace again.
you can if you want.
I'm just kidding. I gave you Pass Without a Trace.
All right.
See, he was so sneaky you didn't even know that you had pass without a trace.
I sneakily cast Pass Without a Trace on you.
So Phaedra and Viren are Phaedra and Viren are the only ones that are still making a bit of noise as far as the rest of you are concerned. But it's very faint. It's it's not as bad as some people's. So, all right. So, who is going first?
Phaedra.
Phaedra, roll perception check.
Right behind her.
Oh, that's Phaedra.
Okay.
And then
All right.
that's Cinder.
So, as you basically wave to the rest of your party to hold back a second, you carefully move up between two bushes, knelt down, which makes your normal dwarvish stance even smaller, and peer between them to look towards the swamp, not swamp, sorry, the pond that's here in deep shadow inside this otherwise tranquil forest. And you see, from behind, what appears to be a large, and read this as large sized, not large for what it appears to be, sized red frog next to a rather bulky, also large sized blue frog type creature. And they're making these weird croaking noises towards each other.
So frog creature, not necessarily a
They
frog.
resemble frogs from what you can see from behind, but they are large, and they are definitely talking to one another, but in a language that you do not recognize.
In her time in Chult, would she have seen anything like this, or had any?
Roll a nature check.
It's okay. -1. Yes.
Considering the coloring, it's entirely possible these are giant grung, or, large grung,
Yeah.
but, you don't know.
Yeah.
It seems reasonable to assume that these are large grung. I mean, what else looks like a frog that's that colors?
Yeah. So she'll go back and relay to the party.
Okay.
Phaedra comes back to the party. Appears to be a pond in deep shadow, but I was able to make out two what looks like, in my experience, look like two very large grung.
Two very large.
Frog creature things. One red, one blue.
When you say large grung,
They're
do
these
you mean
frog
they are
creatures.
very fat, or do you mean they are like the size of the purple worm?
Well, they were large in size. One of them seemed to be quite bulky.
Sure, they were grung?
It's the only thing I know in the forest, really, that I've seen. So I just assumed they were. Maybe y'all would have a better idea than I would, but that's the only large frog creatures I've seen. Well, that and a party member of mine got eaten by a froghemoth.
Frog what now?
This big, large frog thing with 3 eyes and tentacle. It was quite nasty. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I almost got eaten too. It was a long time ago.
Everybody's gonna just move on to be next to her again.
But they appear to be talking to each other, so I don't know.
I think we can sneak past.
That is the area where the pond itself is where your magic sense led you to, Phaedra.
I think we have to do something with them. The magic is leading there. I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know how. She just kind of shrugs and puts up her hands. I don't know what we're supposed to do, but the magic is there that we were following. I don't know.
Sure, he nods. Alright. We'll be cautious, though.
What's everyone else wish to do?
Gotta do something with the grung, so...
No, I'd like everyone to get an eye on him and see if anybody before we actually interact. See if anybody notices anything out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not the
Yeah.
smartest when it comes to identifying things either. Maybe they're not grown. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I can
We
go
just
and have
have
a
to.
look.
What did
We
Will
just have to
say?
have a look.
I can go and have a look.
Okay.
I will also have a look.
I will also have a look. Haha.
I mean, I assume we're all gonna be going that way now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Alright.
Will, Viren, and Urk all roll new stealth checks, please.
Right.
What about Lunissa?
Oh, Linus is trying to sneak up there as well?
Yeah,
Alright, so you guys are going to be, with all you bulked up like this together, you're going to be needing to roll at disadvantage.
I mean, I'm gonna try and stay away from them.
Yeah, I'll be a bit behind because I can't. I
Alright,
don't want to take full-on hits.
Wow. Alright.
so Will and Viren... no, I'm moving you like this because you're staying apart from each other, so I need to tell you things separately.
I guess.
I'm still waiting for Will.
So, straight roll for Will?
Yeah, no perception checks yet, just stealth checks.
Oh, sorry, I thought that
Yeah, I'm
was-
still waiting for Will to roll. Okay.
Don't I also need to roll stealth?
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
I
you
thought
need to
that
roll.
that,
You need to
I
roll
should've
stealth.
calculated
That's what I said. If you're going anywhere, you need to roll a new stealth check. So Varen and Will, since you're in one section, please give me perception checks. Okay. All right. So the two of you, sneak up, and much like Phaedra, you happen to see two frog-like creatures, given the croaking noises which might be associated with, both large, from behind. One is blue and one is red, and they're both still croaking at each other, but you're just seeing the backs of them.
Can we tell what it is?
You
What
can
they
roll
are?
nature, you can roll arcana, make a roll that you think is right.
I was
Well,
gonna roll nature.
we'll do nature. I'll do arcana. We'll cover the spectrum.
Alright. Okay, this is going to be good because it is going to give you both the information you need. And I'm going to then give a completely separate instructions since I am alive in Quentin. This is going to be fun. Will, you instantly freeze your body. You feel your entire body chill and freeze up. Same with Viren. Like, oh my god! Once Viren recognizes what these are, Will, you immediately know these are not frogs. These are not grung. These are nothing natural. These are some of the most chaotic motherfuckers in the known multiverse. Viren, you know it too, and you know their names because you have researched this at one point, and something very, very scary. They are called Slod. With one scratch, they can implant a tadpole in your body that will then turn you into a slod, or have one hatch from you, which is nearly the same thing in their opinions.
Oh.
Just
Okay.
one little scratch, especially from a red one. And now I'm going to give the similar information to the other two, depending on what they roll. Alright. Roll your perception checks.
Well,
So you're getting a slightly different angle on these things from Will and Varen in an area far enough away that you can't hear Will and Varen. Alright?
Oh wait, that's not perception.
Yeah.
Oh, same thing anyway.
Same roll. So yeah, you Jesse, you don't see anything, so I'm going to move you. Sorry.
Oh.
Quentin, you see two large-sized frog-like creatures from the side. You can see more of the blue one than the red one, and they're on the blue one's on all fours, and you can see these large hands that have major claws coming out the back of them, unlike any frog you might have ever seen. It's weird. These aren't
Yeah.
exactly frogs. You can make you can make any type of intelligence type roll that you think applies in this situation, and I'll tell you
I have
what
a
it comes up
feeling
with.
it's gonna be Arcana.
Okay.
Granted, I don't have a bonus, but whatever.
Unfortunately, you're staring at them and going, maybe these aren't grung unless they're some sort of weird warrior grung. You're not sure what they are really. They just don't look friendly to the side.
What? They don't look friendly? Nah. I didn't expect that. Yeah. Is there anything else I can
That's the only information you get from that Arcana check and perception roll.
We rolled the same.
Yeah,
Great.
well, I'm waiting for everybody to roll before I do anything.
Do these wait, one quick question. Do they seem fatter than they are supposed to be? Because you can see when a creature is
Well,
fat.
the
and when a
blue
creature
one
is not.
definitely seems to be a bit bulky. The red one is a bit more slender.
Yeah, but do they seem to be more bulky than
You
they should?
don't know because you never seen one of these before. You have no frame of
I mean, you
reference.
can see if something. I mean,
Not
they are vaguely humanoid, right?
only slightly, but no, you can't tell anything more than that. They don't look
I mean, they
overweight.
don't have a tummy. Okay.
They
yeah,
don't.
Okay, that's
Nothing seems abnormally large. No, the blue one's definitely big. More bulky, but not.
yeah. Out of character, I know what they are and why, Grizz. They can really wreck us. They're
Oh, I
from
like
Limbo, if I'm not mistaken. Are
Well, it's just called the Chaos Cube after all.
they? Yeah. This is bad.
Of course, you should have expected these sooner or later. I'm just waiting for everybody to roll. Which
I think everyone did.
nope, only 3 people rolled.
I mean, oh, everyone.
Oh, that's 4 people. Never mind. I thought I only saw 3. Okay, so let's see. You not knowing what's going on. You and Urk make it back first. Okay.
Get back first.
Yep. So you see the 2 of them walk back.
Definitely not Grum. I don't know what they are, but they're not Grum.
Okay.
They seem not really Grum. Also, don't get close. They have nasty claw things. At least the blue one does, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Did the other 2 come back already?
No.
Be worried.
Let's give them a few more minutes. If they don't come back, we'll go looking for them.
All right, you're going to wait. Got it. At this point, Viren and Will make it back to the party.
Hello, you two.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I
So
don't
they-
like them.
That was not a grog that you saw?
I told you I'm not very smart.
Not
Could
by
we
a
move
long
little
shot.
bit further away from them?
What'd you
I
say,
pref-
Will?
Could we move a little bit further away from them?
Oh,
Sure.
I would prefer to be miles away from them, to be.
What are they?
Oh, you know,
Yeah, what
they're
are they
just
called?
lads. There's nothing that bad, except, they can implant a egg into you if they attack, if they hit you. You know.
Um,
Basically, don't get into close combat with these things,
okay.
and maybe there is another way out.
Sure hope there is.
Phaedra's gonna look and well, she didn't. Whenever she was like up at the pool, she saw the magic stop there, correct?
Yes,
And she didn't see it trailing off anywhere else.
correct.
Didn't see the thread anywhere else. I mean, I don't know.
So what's the plan?
Plan.
Does everybody have ranged attacks?
It's,
Yeah.
I don't. Those are like,
Really
Okay.
dangerous.
yeah, they're like magical monstrosities, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, and you know that they have various magical resistances on top of everything else.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
why we need to
Even
get.
if
Oh,
you blast
and
them-
with that, and with that roll, you also know that they regenerate hit points.
Yeah. So even if we blast them, they're still gonna come out of the blast zone, charging us.
Yeah, but if we don't blast them and they find us, they'll come charging at us full force.
All right. Tough person. Do you want to be up front?
What if they can they fly or use range attacks?
Do I think they can use range attack?
Let's see here.
Sorry.
Like a
You,
Fun.
considering the two kinds you saw, you don't think that they can use ranged attacks.
no, but that's beyond the point. If they reach you, you are in grave danger.
If I'm 60 feet in the air, I don't think they can reach me.
What if I make them go dum dum? Because I got my powers back, so I can make them go nap time.
You can do what?
I can punch them and they don't move anymore.
So you want to be in close combat with them, which
I
I
mean-
just told you is a bad idea.
I can run up and run out because I'm way faster than you two.
I will not tell you to do that, but if you really feel like that is the best course of action, that is your choice.
The only reason I was suggesting because I do have the fly spell. I can affect 2 people.
Do you have any idea how fast they are?
Maybe?
Do I? I mean, slots.
You know that they're probably about the same speed as you guys. About 30 feet.
Not anything remarkable, but as I said, you don't want to be near them.
What other options do we have other than fighting them? I don't see another exit that's connected to the magic that we've been following. What could we do to... I mean, can you talk with them? I couldn't understand them.
These are some of the most evil creatures, I think, in the...
I mean, they
What,
do have a language though, don't they?
Do you suggest that we talk to them?
I'm pretty sure they don't want to talk to us. I think they want to eat us.
I'm just saying you asked, Looney, so you asked for a plan. Will and Viren, you're saying that we can't get up in close combat and fight them. I mean, other than ranged, you're saying that these things are very bad. I'm just trying to explore options, that's all. I don't know. All I
Any
do is
idea-
fight. This is not my area of expertise.
Do you guys have any idea which one of them will die faster if we hit them?
The blue one, probably.
You sure?
I think it's the red one actually.
The
What?
blue one was more bulky. It was bigger. Or bulkier. Whenever I saw it.
I'm pretty sure the red one is the worst one.
Yeah, the one we want dead first.
I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Grizz, but I'm pretty sure isn't the blue one stronger?
Let's see what you know about these from strength-wise. Yes, you know that the blue one is stronger. However, the red one is also pretty strong.
So blue is worse.
Yes. The blue one hits you. You will survive if it infects you. The red one, if you get infected, it will kill you. Eventually.
Oh, shit.
So the red one needs to die first, if I'm
So
right, right?
red
Except that the way that the blue one hits you, if it infects you, you become like them.
I mean,
Yeah, they can turn you into one of them.
Yeah, the blue ones
yeah,
can turn
but
you into
that's
one.
not
The red one will infect you
instantaneous,
with a baby.
right? It's not, I presume it's not like instantaneous, though, is it?
It can be pretty
Yeah.
fast with the blue one.
I mean, they're both pretty bad.
The best thing
You
I
know
can
these.
do is Shiori, you fly and blast them from above. If
I have
Phaedra,
my
you
flying boots.
you can fly and stay out of their way. I guess
I can make it rough terrain
that's good.
if I get close enough,
Yeah.
but I don't
so,
get close enough.
Yeah, no, don't get close.
Yeah.
I have enough options to stay out of stabbing range.
me and Viren just tries to stay far away and blast them.
As long as we get the drop on them, we might even be able to kill one before they know we are here.
Let's think about this though. Lunisa, you said you can get out of places quite easily. You're quite fast.
I'm
right?
quite fast, I can teleport, I have options.
Okay. Would your fly spell be better used on maybe Viren or Urk? Will, you can go invisible, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I can still.
I could cast it on Ike, and he could do his spells from a distance as well. And we
Aaron?
won't be even noticed.
What can
Hopefully.
I mean, I only really have, in terms of movement, my Misty Step.
But you have pretty long range, right?
I have decent range, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
As long as
decent
you
as in
shoot-
like 120 feet. worth
Viren
of
and
range.
Will. At this point, as you're debating these things, please make an intelligence check.
I have something that could help you, Viren.
I mean, if he's 120 away and he shoots and he runs backwards, it's gonna take a while, at least 3 turns of full dashing for them to get up to him.
Continue to
So-
talk. I'm just typing something out to one of you.
We should be able to stay out of range, and if I'm lucky, I can even like stop them from moving. So,
Vader reaches in the
That'd be
bag of
good.
holding and hands a potion to Viren. Here,
What's this?
you can be like Will. Potion of invisibility.
Oh, okay.
out of character, won't that end as soon as he does something?
Yeah, if it's only a regular invisibility potion.
Should always drink it after doing something.
If you need to get away from it, I'm just trying to explore options here.
Grizz, the area that they are in, is
Mhm.
there other ways into that area?
Yeah, there are multiple directions into that area. It's just a pond in the middle of a forest.
Okay.
It's a dark pond at that because there's no sun really reaching into it.
Oh, okay, that's not good news.
What?
I just remembered that the red and blue ones are just considered foot soldiers as to their kind.
Yeah, but we haven't seen any other ones, have we?
There's other areas that they could. There's one for a duck pond that they could be in. They could be anywhere. Over that way. I think if we got into a fight, we'll be fighting more than just two.
My only other option besides casting fly is that one spell that creates an area of radiant snow. It slowly saps them of their strength and will do damage.
And I could also cast. And I'm gonna put this out here. Sleet storm. Just basically make an area very hard for them to move through. Waste their time, so they stay longer in your area of effect.
That's actually a larger area effect than hers because that's a 40
Yeah,
foot
it's
radius. This is a
it's
30 foot radius.
80. It's 80-foot diameter. Can't speak.
Yeah, mine's a 60-foot diameter, so we could technically probably. I don't know how big is the clearing there in the pond and all that.
Let me think. I want to say about 50 some feet around.
So we could technically take the whole clearing into make it a deadly zone.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that you've done before, Will, you've trapped people in with that wall that you make too.
Yeah, the staff is a little bit out of juice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've been in here for a while.
It's
I feel that.
still has its uses, but none here.
Viren and Will, or anybody who had more insight to these creatures, were they? Do you know if they have? You had said that they can plant eggs in you and stuff. Are they poisonous?
Do we know if they deal poison damage? I mean, I'm just gonna assume. egg is the
No,
worst part.
they actually do not do poison damage.
No, they basically just plant an egg in you.
That sounds lovely.
No.
What's like their relationship with one another? Between the red and the
I don't know.
are they relatively friendly to one another normally?
Well, they're
Just sit
sitting
there
next to each
for
other
seconds.
and talking,
Talking.
apparently.
I feel like they're allies. Very minimal.
This actually, since you guys know that they're there, there's forest in the way, so it's like not. Oh, actually, how about I move?
Wait, we're in the forest?
Yes, you're in a forest. Lots of
I
trees
mean,
everywhere.
can't we just take a wide ass berth around them then?
This is the lake we have to go to, and that's where they're at. That's the problem.
Phaedra has always led us to the end of the sequence.
Okay, yeah. If they're, I mean, if that's the case, we should kill them as quickly as possible and do what we can before reinforcements arrive. I mean, I don't see what else we can do because we could maybe sneak past them, but if they're where we are supposed to be, we can't do anything but fight them. Because I'd rather not take the risk of being hit by.
That's why my one suggestion, like I said, if combined with Will's, sleet storm.
Would it help if they can't see?
As
As
far
long
as far as Viren and Will are aware, they do not have blind sense.
I can cast darkness. That way they don't have any idea where they're being attacked from.
How far away can you cast that?
I can get close enough for one, but it's 60 feet.
60 feet. Yeah, alright. It should be out of range out of my spell.
I range them. I can cast 20.
Any idea how good of climbers they are?
Hmm. You don't know exactly.
Because if they're shit climbers, I might be able to hide in the tree for a while. Worst comes to worst.
Were they not in the pond?
No, they're standing outside the pond.
Ah.
How tall are the trees?
Mm, looks like 15 feet.
That's pretty short.
They're tall enough that their leaves are reaching together and making dark. I've just that the trees that you can look like they're climbable, that have branches low enough for you to get on, are about 15 feet.
Yeah, but I could jump high.
And there's a bunch of branches in your way that are like tightly knit, probably about 20 feet up, that are blocking sunlight from that direction. But there are also fruit trees from the clearing that you came from. Those were a bit shorter, you could reach.
I attempt to climb a tree and see if I could maybe like run on top of the trees.
Don't attract attention.
Or far away from them. Like I'm doing this like way back here. So I accidentally moved myself off the map and I can't get myself back. I also moved Earth for one another reason.
How did that happen?
How did you move me?
Together,
Oh, there we go. I don't know where Urk is though.
He's an
I'm
Aegis.
God. How dare you?
I'm
You're
just finished.
Jeez.
He's multiplied. Now I know how to beat him. We can go into the void and multiply.
So, out of character, I had a funny idea, but I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work because it's magical beings. But Fader has the alchemy jug, and frogs and salt water don't mix. And so I was like,
they're not frogs though.
I know it was just an idea.
But they are making croaking sounds and do slightly resemble frogs, so it's up to you how you want to manage things.
Nah, she ain't
Could
gonna-
always try it out, see what happens.
Ah,
Oh god.
suddenly
Whoa!
the map is multiplying. It has entered the void.
The lens blade appeared and killed him. Everything
No.
is fine.
I was
Rocks
just
and
copying the
ball
wrong
trees
thing.
I can see the health bar of past Urk. Oh wait, is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. If you zoom out a little bit and it like freaks out and you can see Urk just for like a split second. Forever in the void.
Right. So let's just theorize here. Shiori flies up. Will stays at ground. Will casts Sleet Storm, so that it's as close. The edge of it is as close to Urk as possible, basically, and they're caught in it. Shiori casts her spell.
Can't blind cast that though, unfortunately.
Ah, fuck.
They're both concentration.
Well, stay
But
on the
mine
ground
does.
until they get close.
I can.
I mean,
carry
as long as
you.
I can see to a point 120 feet, I can cast it up to 120 feet away. Is what I'm saying.
I can carry
Yeah.
you.
I can cast it at 150 feet, so
That's
you
true.
can stay even further away.
Phaedra can technically carry.
I'm a strong dwarf.
Because like player knowledge, like, I don't know how to really describe this much well in game. Each turn they have to make a save. If they fail to save, they take 4d10 and they get 1 point of exhaustion.
Nice. Is that sickening radiance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so plan is Sleet Storm, Sickening Radiance, And then Lunisa, you're casting darkness.
Well, I kind of want to throw daggers because that's gonna do way more damage.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah, just remember, you can't actually see them from here. You can only see them from much closer in due to the
Oh,
tree
yeah.
line.
We're,
I just
we're
realized I need to put more trees out because of that, just to make that clear when it comes to if it comes to combat.
be playing and. Yeah. What kind? Just I don't know if this has any relevance to it, but what kind of fruit are on the trees?
Well, the trees behind you, where you came from, there are things like apples and bananas and grapefruit. It's like basically a whole smorgasbord of fruits that all look delicious.
This
There's
fruit
even
has
some.
got to help.
There's even some climbing vines that have grapes growing off of them, and a few others that have strawberries.
What if we throw them at them?
Give them food. They might
I
leave
don't
us
know.
alone. Is that what you're thinking?
I don't know. I don't know.
If the
They're-
fruit is cursed and they accidentally eat it, they might die. I don't know.
I understand that this place is strange, and so there's apparently many solutions we could take to get past, but do we really want to risk it all and throw fruit at the slot?
Oh, I have an idea. What if I go? I have an idea. What if I go make a lot of noise, like on the other side of the lake? I throw them out. You guys do whatever you do, and then I like run past them and catch you guys,
But
and then we get out of it.
remember what Viren said. He said that those are usually the foot soldiers. There could be others on the other side that you don't know about.
Fair.
And the last thing we need is you running off alone and having another situation on our hands. What, we would have a fruit salad?
Fruit slot.
I swear, somebody.
Oh.
I swear, somebody in this group
By the
should
way,
be like
Chris.
should have like a Tumblr or or tweet or something like that. Just some of the quotes from these games.
I mean-
We call that idea Operation Fruit Slot.
Oh,
I mean,
the
Go ahead.
idea of the fruit might work. I mean, it could work.
Look,
There's
let's
gotta
keep it as a last-ditch effort.
Well,
Okay.
here's
I
the
think
thing.
at that point it would be too late, though.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing.
I don't know.
This thing is. These rooms have all had, like I said, multiple solutions. But they've always had. Seems like the majority of things that were in it. There's a lot of things that were just designed in such a way that. For example, breaking the table. Didn't seem like it would do anything, but it did.
And,
Yeah.
I mean,
get
we had people who wanted to put things on the table, so we had an indicator that at least if something happened to the table, something would happen.
What do these
I don't know.
folks look like they're doing?
Okay.
Talk to each other.
They're just standing there and talking. That's all they ever do.
Hmm.
Just stand there and talk.
Yeah, fucking red versus blue over there.
Literally.
well,
God, I did not even think about that possibility when I put them down like that. Ah, way to
Last
go.
week, that's what they're going to be doing 5 minutes from now.
Would you stand there and talk? Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched that show, but it's like, oh, and I haven't watched the last couple
Now-
seasons, but it's
now
like,
I
oh my
wanna
god,
rewatch
how
it
do I?
all again.
Yeah, now I really want to start off from the beginning again and try to get through the. I always liked the first 5 seasons the best, and then they got into all sorts of other cool stuff, and then became just a normal show. So, you know, sort of the very very funny bit. But let's get off of the tangent here and go back to the game. I still love it though. I just haven't felt like watching it as much as I used to.
I named this one Sergeant, this one Caboose.
Still have my Caboose shirt.
Do we
Several
know-
Caboose shirts.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, do we know if they, besides potentially us, do they prefer any sort of meal?
Viren, Will, you probably don't know As far as anything research you've ever come across are concerned, they exist to cause chaos and propagate.
They're evil fuckers.
All right.
Right.
Well,
But we also gotta keep in mind one other fact:
hmm,
the magic in this land,
keeping them calm.
keeping everything tranquil. What if it's affecting them?
And they're not as chaotic.
And the fruit actually works.
Okay, here's the plan. How about I send this cute little thing right here with a couple of clusters of grapes and see what happens? And she scritches Cinder's chin.
You can always bamf them if they get aggressive, and she can vanish.
Well, I tried doing that last time. Apparently,
Don't get within our reach.
yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay. She's gonna cup Cinder's head in her hands, give her a little kiss on the nose. Go get
What
me
were
a
you gonna say,
couple
Will?
clusters of grapes.
Cinder quickly flies off and gathers up a few bunches of grapes and comes
Every
back.
inch of my instinct tells me to just destroy these things. But I will allow you to try.
I think Shiori's got a good point.
I agree.
I understand. I mean, we were in a strange place talking to a beholder earlier.
Yeah.
Things are not as they normally would be, I feel.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying it goes against my nature.
Oh, I agree. I would love nothing more than to slaughter them. But I don't
Slaughter
want to
them?
be infected either.
Yes.
If you're
Alright.
gonna do something to avoid that, that would be much appreciated.
Right, but before you send your little cute friend over there, over to them, no one take this personally, but
Maybe we should get into positions in case this goes tits up.
What was my position again? I don't. I mean,
Behind?
I'm kind of grounded. I don't
your
exactly
position
have
is
fly
screaming and
spells.
crying.
Well, I can. I mean, I gave you the invisibility potion. I don't know if you want to use that now or if things get bad and you need to run. It's your choice, Varen.
I'll just keep a lookout, I guess, until we figure out if Cinder's plan, if the plan works or not. Then I might just go invisible. Who knows?
Sure, I'll also move over here. And if things go wrong, we hear them running toward us. I can cast Fly on Mina. At least 3 of us can be in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is true.
Well, the last place
Those are very interesting.
you were in an evil carnival, you expected something terrible to happen.
I mean, we expect something terrible to happen here.
No. But I mean, at least there you could point out and say, "Creepy carnival." Yeah, we've seen this movie before. We know how this ends.
Alright. So. Fuck. Are we doing this?
Sure.
So
Yeah,
do we
but
can-
want to go ahead?
Yeah. Can
Let's-
Will, from here, cast his spell, Sleep Storm, at the
Wait.
point?
What's the
I'm just
distance?
asking
What's
if
the
it's
distance of
fast.
sea? What's the distance? The distance of Sleetstorm?
150 feet.
Then yes, you should be able to.
Good. That's what I wanted to know.
What's the distance on Sickening Radiance, Shiori?
120.
120? Can... Yeah, I think that's within 120, right?
Because Will is definitely ready to cast that spell if these things look aggressive.
That's. I think. Yeah. If I can cast that at a point where we're like just outside its radius,
Same.
so that way they have to get through it to get to us.
Yes. Same.
I wanna.
Yep. Yeah. Go on.
What were you saying, Quentin?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a spot where I can see them. That's far away from them, if that's possible at all.
There won't be any place that you can see them without being inside that radius that they were talking about.
How close are the trees to the pond?
The trees are all around the pond, but these are the
Yeah,
small
but are
the
they
ones
up to the edge?
the ones shown on, well, nearly to the edge. The ones shown on the map, essentially are are the ones that you can get a purchase on. But there are other trees around there that are tall enough to block out the sunlight. That basically give you a 20-foot ceiling here.
What if I'll look for the biggest tree and I'll climb it and see if I can see them from there.
Like I said, the trees that block things up 20 feet tall are the ones that are actually blocking your view, whereas the
Yeah,
rest of
but I
these
want
are.
to climb past that 20 feet.
Which
Like
case
to
you
the tippity top.
At which case you'd be above the tree line and can't see anything down below, just like the last place. That's the problem. That's what I said. It was a dense forest where it's basically a 20-foot ceiling. Anything above that would be above the ability to see the pond, because it'd be up above where everything is blocked off already, as previously established. So basically, there's no easy way to keep an eye on them without getting close enough to be hit with those area effects. It is possible to climb up a tree and keep an eye on them, but again, you'd be within the two ranges that you guys are discussing.
I mean,
So it is your choice.
I don't care about Sleet Storm because it does no damage, right?
Well,
It only slows you, and technically speaking, if I jump, difficult terrain doesn't affect me. And I can jump 30 feet.
If you jump and there's in the radius of the sleet storm, you jump at disadvantage still.
How do you jump at disadvantage?
You're rolling a dexterity check because the surface you're trying to put your foot against is slick, and you can fall during that jump instead of it's just jumping. So it would require a dexterity check, and it would be at disadvantage because of the sleet. That's what I'm trying to make sure you know.
Your turn there,
Yeah.
you have to make a dex save or you'll fall prone.
Yeah.
That's the effect.
And if you're up in a tree, you then fall 15 feet. So
It heavily obscures the area, makes it difficult terrain, and if you start your turn there, you have to make a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
What if I
even more deadly.
punch a dagger into a tree and hold on to the dagger? Because Sleet Storm can't affect the dagger.
but you can't.
it's holding me up.
But you can't jump, is what I'm trying to say. If that's the case, if you're in the area of the sleet storm, you could stay put and be holding onto the tree, dagger or no dagger. You can just have your arms wrapped around it, but you can't. You can't create a friction-free. There's too much. Lack of friction. The friction-free surface would make it impossible to jump without succeeding on a dexterity saving throw, which you would be at disadvantage for attempting to jump during
I'll
that.
teleport then.
Okay.
Problem solved.
There you go.
But you must be careful when you start your turn in the Seeking the Rains. You had to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, but how large is Sickening? Because I presume it's smaller than Sleet Storm, right?
It's smaller, but it's gonna be right up against us.
But if I'm over here,
It is
If you're over there, you
60
can't
diameter.
actually see them because there are other trees in the way.
yeah, but if I'm here, I can't see them either because there are
Yeah.
other trees in the way.
Yeah,
So
like
I'm
I said,
going
but
over here, climbing in a tree so I can see them.
no, as I said, you wouldn't be able to see them unless you're in a tree that's directly next to them. There's too many other trees in the way that I don't put on the map. The only ones I put on the map are the ones that are tall enough for you to, small enough for you to climb up without the other ones do not have branches low enough for you to grab onto.
I can jump and grab something 30 feet in the air, Chris.
The ceiling is 20 feet tall and thick
Yeah.
things, and they would make you visible if you did that.
More than 60 feet away from them.
But my point is that there's too many trees in the way. You would have to be in the range to be able to see them. There's too many taller trees that I didn't put on the map in the way because it's just annoying to put all that stuff on there.
What if I climb in the tallest tree that would be able to
That-
see over all the
I've
smaller
said this before. Then you'd be above the 20-foot canopy that is blocking any sunlight from coming down into this area.
trees? You know what, I'm just gonna hide right. I mean, I can't hide anywhere. I'm just gonna Fuck, I'm
I
just gonna
said
be.
you can go and keep an eye on them, but as I said, you would be in the range of the 2 spells. That's what I already said.
I mean, I'm gonna sneak and I'm gonna go behind them, because then I won't be in the range of the spells. I presume. Right?
That's not behind them. That's still that's just the distance from your party.
Question: Is this map isn't correctly measured, right? Is it?
It's vaguely measured. Why?
I'm just checking because my spell would be centered probably around so that it.
Because the
Yeah,
pond
put
is
the,
the pond is 50
Okay.
feet basically.
put the spells down so I can see where I can go.
So there, basically. Yeah, 'cause I
And
was
the reason
looking
why
at
you were
the-
by the way, Lisana, the reason we were advised against moving all the way that way is that Viren mentioned that there might be other enemies hiding somewhere out that way that nobody has seen. But if you want to go up there, you can. It's up to you. It's just that you still wouldn't be able to see them from there.
Yeah, if I can't see them from anywhere, I'll guess I'll be in this tree.
All right.
Because I will never use a.
So we're going to. Did you want me to carry you, Shiori, or are you good on the ground right now?
Cinder is
I'm
still
good on the ground.
is still hovering there, holding grapes. By the way.
Oh, sorry, baby girl. Gives her a little pat on the head. Okay. Be super cute. And don't
It's
get
okay.
close.
What could go wrong? People like grapes.
People like grapes.
I mean, is he wrong?
Just stay far and just put them on the ground, okay? And be careful. And she gives her a kiss on the nose. Okay. She's gonna take the long way around.
And you're still. Are you seeing through her eyes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cinder's moving through the thing. Roll a perception check for Cinder.
Would it be Cinder or Phaedra?
Cinder.
Okay.
Cinder's body, therefore Cinder's perception. Alright. Didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Just a little dragon flying with grapes. Two Slad are still chatting to each other in this croaking language. But when the dragon starts hovering nearby, they stop, and both of them turn towards her.
She lands on the ground, and she will drop the grapes on the ground and nudge them forward with her nose and make a cute little
Roll persuasion at advantage.
charisma.
Alright. Both Slad just kind of stare at the little dragon for a moment, and both of them bait down and pick up a bunch of grapes, and each of them eats the bunch of grapes. And the red one seems to yawn and kind of pops into the pond and seems to vanish, going to sleep down there. The blue one eats the grapes and kind of gazes out at the little dragon expectantly.
Phaedra, seeing this, is going to tell Cinder, hold up one claw, like as in like wait a moment. And can Cinder go and get some more fruit?
Sure.
She'll fly off and she'll grab some. You said that there were bananas and grapefruits and strawberries.
Yep.
She'll grab like some strawberries and bananas,
Alrighty.
and she'll do the same thing, like very gingerly, just kind of walk up and then like
Roll another
land.
persuasion check. Alright.
You baby dragon!
She didn't do well against the anger, but the slod seemed to be taken in by her cuteness. The blue slod doesn't even wait for the dragon to back away before it picks up the offering of fruit and pops it into the mouth. And this time, this one yawns and moves off into the pond, apparently to go to sleep.
Holy shit, it worked!
Okay.
I'm assuming this is good laughter?
Phaedra just starts chuckling.
Sure, he raises an eyebrow.
Will turns himself visible.
Yes?
What?
What
The
happened?
dum-dums at work.
Yeah, she gave them fruit and they went to sleep. They're in the bottom of the pond.
Okay.
Grab fruit just in case there's more.
Yes. Grab
Yes.
some fruit in
Grab
case
fruit.
there's more.
And she'll Cinder will come back and go up to Phaedra. And Phaedra just like holds her head in her hand and just like gives her scritches on her cheeks. You're so adorable. Well done.
Alright, so let's grab some fruit in case there's more. Then go to the pond, find whatever we're looking for.
This is the strangest place ever, and I don't like it.
You know, you're not wrong.
I do know that Cinder had to go back and get some more fruit at one point. She grabbed grapes the first time and then strawberries and bananas the second. So I don't know if there are any others, if they would like anything else, but maybe just grab a variety of what you said.
Just grab all the fruit.
Yeah, grab a large variety. Each
Don't
of us.
eat it yourself, though.
No.
Oh god. God no.
If it puts people to sleep, it might be magic to put them to sleep, to be fair.
Well, I don't know. It was more... I'm not sure if it was the fruit that did it or if it was just... I don't know. They were really taken by Cinder, so I don't know if the... I just don't know. Just grab fruit.
Alright, don't question it. Alright,
Yeah.
where are we going?
Don't know. I guess towards the pond?
Are we going into the pond?
I don't know, Will. Shh.
You're
We'll find out.
the one with the magical eyes.
We'll find out when we get to
Oh,
the
okay.
pond.
Good point. Tap, tap. Does she see a thread again? Or anything?
Yep, she still sees a thread heading straight to the pond.
Okay, we go to the pond then.
Here's the thing, I can see it to 120 feet in darkness as if it was normal.
If we want to
So
be
I could-
careful... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sherry.
So I'm saying, unless it's murky, I can see it. I should be. So if it's just dark, I can see.
Could also send Cinder to the other side of the lake if there's something else to see if there's more over there. I don't know.
Well, we know the fruit works.
Fair. And if we
Which
don't...
surprises.
I think if we're not aggressive, I think your thought process is sound. We just grab fruit and offer that to them, and I think we'll be okay. Everybody
is
just stay guard.
Technically your plan.
And people who are grabbing fruit, you can put in your inventories fruit from the Chaos Cube.
On the Chaos Cube.
Yay. How
Chaos
much fruit from
Do not eat. Asterisk. Do
Blood
not
to
eat.
the blood god, bone for the bone throw.
fruit
Food from the Chaos
god.
Cube.
Can I play?
Yeah, there you go.
Sure, what kind of music are you trying to play, Irk?
No,
I was-
me.
I was gonna play something soothing, not as metal,
I would rather
to
just
try and make them to be able to pick more fruit, if that was possible. Is
please
that
don't
possible?
play.
You're trying
We
to
want to
inspire
be
them to pick.
quiet.
Yeah,
There's like
Yeah,
no real
okay.
point to that since there's no
we
real.
have a working system.
We have a working plan. We don't want to add anything to it.
Let's just go. Alright.
It's a functioning recipe. Let's not add another egg.
Yes, exactly.
Let's just
Let's
go
go
for the
to the
combination.
pond now, shall we?
Ah,
Let's go to the
A
pond.
variety of fruit.
Yeah, Cinder's got some more fruit. Let's all
Sure.
stay together though.
Bye, Louise.
I really don't like this.
I don't like it either, but I'm doing it. I've seen this movie, and I don't appreciate it.
Maybe here. Let me fly her over to the other side of the lake.
Well, where exactly does the strand of magic go straight into the pond?
Yes,
Now that we're
it goes right into
closer?
the pond.
Will dips a toe.
Let's see. Will then vanish.
Oh.
Okay.
Is
Well,
that good or
that's-
bad finish?
Okay.
Well, into
Uh,
the pond.
It is Will. Maybe he just went invisible.
Phaedra's gonna look at Cinder and say, "Drop it to the fruit," and she'll drop the grapes that she had, and then she'll go.
Oh, I'm keeping my chaos fruit.
I ain't taking that shit with me. Fuck no.
I'm not either.
I am gonna
Will
use
is
it.
still holding his.
Yeah. No,
I
no
will-
reason to drop it.
I will
It could
drop
be useful.
mine and touch into the lake, I guess.
I'll touch the lake.
Dips the toe in.
Yeah.
And what about you, Urk?
Wait, what are we doing? Throwing fruit into the thing, or
No,
jumping
everyone's
into
You
Just
don't see any of
jumping
your
into the lake.
companions anymore,
Did they all jump into the lake?
as far as you can tell.
Okay, jumping into the lake.
Like how we just stuffed a toe in, and he's like, cannonball!
Cannonball!
I
That
can't believe
seems
that was a
legit.
fucking solution.
Yay!
All right.
I mean,
Here's the good news.
let's be honest. We all hope
Before you appear in the next one, you all suddenly gain the effects of a long rest.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Woo!
boy.
That's a good thing.
That's the
Do we
good
have-
news. What's
we
the
have enough-
bad news?
That means we're gonna need it, so it's bad news.
Do I also get to change what I have prepared, or is that still stuck?
It's the
You might-
equivalent. It's the equivalent of anything that you would have gotten back from a long rest. Not
Yes.
not counting.
That
not
last time we didn't get
counting-
to change spells.
Yeah, not counting anything that changes based on time of day.
So my dagger wouldn't be back either.
Yeah, so anything that's like that's actual time of day requirement, such as the gains charges back at morning, you don't get those back. Anything you get back from a long rest, yes, you do.
Can we change spells?
Yeah,
It-
that's what I was asking.
If you can do that at the end of any long rest, regardless of time of day, then yes.
Okay, good to know.
Favorite. Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
reminder for those who used hit die, you get half of that back.
Is it
How long
half
we use
of the
one?
total or
Half
half
of
you
your
have?
Half the-
Half,
Half, yeah.
Half your level?
Yep.
Half your level.
Round down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
So if you're level, say 8, the max you can get is 4 back. So if you've used 5, you're still missing 1.
Thank you.
As you
Oh.
appear in the next area, you find yourself in a what looks like the front entrance room to a rather selective club of some sort. You hear laughter. You hear some kind of not rowdy music, not music like you saw heard the carousel. It sounds like lighter dance music, if you know what I mean. Like not a club, not a club, modern day club music, but more of a someone else is dancing, everybody else is watching sort of dance music.
Mm-hmm.
that is playing. As you get as you see beyond you into a room filled with various kinds of people, with various half-naked, winged and tailed beings that otherwise look human, dancing upon a stage. Both male and female. They're just like spreading out their wings and dancing to and fro. Uh, One of them is holding fans while just strategically placing them, like one at crotch, one at one behind, depending on whether it's a male or a female. All that sort of thing. The various clientele you see, like humans, elves, dwarves, gnomes, and one imp that is sitting there at a table drinking.
Yeah, I found every end.
As once again you see faceless, and this time they much like with the casino, they seem to be circling around serving drinks.
Right.
Hold up. Does this wait? I kind of blacked out for a minute. What's happening? I'm sorry.
They would like to
My
catch him up.
Just a
we,
little.
we are basically in a club. There's dancing and lots of sexy men and women around, and winged creatures.
Winged men and
With
women
fans.
with fans and tails, dancing, mostly naked.
I am imagining something like a succubus in my head, whether or not.
Roll Arcana to see if it really is one.
Oh,
I can do that.
yeah, Fair do that. Fader ain't gonna do that.
I probably don't know.
Is Varian's token on another token?
Yeah, Viren, it seems like I think one of you is sitting on top of Will. There we go.
There it is. I was like, his health bar looks weird.
So yeah, you definitely take one look at them, Viren, and go, yeah, those are definitely succubi, incubi.
Huh.
Sorry. Thank you, Fluffy. All right. Well,
I suppose, I guess, we ask, where does the thread leave?
tap side ahead.
Magic eyes.
Magic eyes. Let's do magic.
The thread seems to lead back behind the stage, in a door where the particular performers occasionally go back to when a new performer comes out to dance.
Behind the stage again, like it was for the last one, where we were in the casino.
Great.
Fader's gonna look to see if there's any VIP booths like there were in the casino. Or
Roll an investigation check.
great for her. Not too bad. 15.
You look around and you see some booths that have round tables and seem to be having a lot of drinks back there, but you don't see anyone in them that stand out the way the beholder did.
Okay. No boss per se for all the dancers. Nothing like that.
Not that
Okay.
you can see in this particular room. In fact, the only thing that keeps drawing your eye is the single imp that's
Yes, let's go and talk to
around.
the imp.
Yes,
Yeah.
the imp might have information.
Good idea.
The last two, in a situation like this, had some.
Yeah.
Ooh. As we walk up to the imp, I'll start speaking in Infernal.
And what do you wish to say in Infernal?
Hey there, little imp. Do you know whereabouts we are? I have no idea whereabouts we are.
The imp looks up from its drink. It's like blinks at you for a moment, looks you guys over, and then it seems to make a sigh. Yeah. Don't tell me you came here looking for me, didn't you?
No.
Well, I don't want to leave. I like this place.
I don't
It's a nice
blame
club.
Of course you do, little one.
We would like to leave, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You can stay.
Well, I think there might be a way back if you, you know, get one of the dancers to take you back to the poor private rooms back there.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
Fucking hell.
Oh, that's
Oh,
bad.
ladies
No.
of our
So
you
what
do
if we
stop.
just run it back there?
Well, I don't think they'll like it. I guess you could
Oh,
try.
Right. Hey, turn to
Oh,
Pedro.
this-
So I could blast the stage, and then we go.
Probably not a smart idea.
So we have to have somebody go into a back room with one of them.
Oh, that's a bad idea too.
I'm feeling
Not
like
it.
either that person's gonna vanish, or something worse might happen.
If they don't vanish, something worse would happen.
Yes.
Not it.
I do not quite care for this area at all.
Me either.
There's still servers circulating around, picking up empty drink glasses and putting more down.
I could always go back there without permission.
Oh goodness, well.
But we
But I
wouldn't
don't
know if it.
Yeah. If you
What?
vanished, we wouldn't know.
Hmm. Huh.
As the current winged dancers leave the stage, a humanoid, female-looking being with 6 arms and a long serpentine body comes slithering out and does a snake dance with herself. She's also holding fans in her hands.
This is definitely lust, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if that's what that is. What was your first clue?
Greed.
If I could face palm, I would be.
Wait, then what was the other one? Sloth? Was
Had
it
to
sloth?
been.
Yeah.
The only ones we hadn't faced were sloth and lust. That was it.
Here's the thing, though. How many sides does a cube have?
We've been through 6 other rooms. This is the 7th room.
Oh, okay.
The imp looks up. That's a trick riddle. There's actually 8 sides to a cube. The imp goes back to its drink.
What? The fire dart? 8 sides?
It blinks and looks up. Yeah, the inside and the outside.
On the side and on the inside. And we want to get outside. I see.
So where's the exit in this room?
Behind the stage.
Do we see anyone that could possibly be the owner?
Phaedra already looked and she didn't see anybody.
Yeah, but some time has passed.
There's other than the people on stage, the rest of the clientele has remained constant.
How do you want want to go about this? We don't see anyone who seems to be in charge.
We can either try the aggressive route, sneaky route, or a different route.
A seduced route, you mean? Seduce. Route.
That's a dangerous one to go through.
Yes, and that is why we should send our strongest person to the Urk. Go ahead and do the thing.
But what if it succeeds and I get out of here? You'd have no clue.
Well, wait.
Or
then,
if
you
I
don't come
die
back
and-
in an hour. Well, I guess you're right.
But what happens if I die from?
I'm sure you can yell.
I'm sure you'll fine.
Well, they're not all Ingress and succubus, so he kind of motions to the snake one. You can choose one that won't drain your life force, I imagine.
Sounds good. Starts looking around for a mate, almost, basically.
In what way?
Looking for a lap dance. I got gold. I can pay.
I call you some
Nearby, standing on two of the tables. Sorry, each on a different table. You see one succubus and one incubus dancing.
Hey, I'm an incubus.
Hey guys, what's the difference between a succubus and an incubus?
Man, woman.
Yeah, that's the it.
It's just succubus is the woman. Incubus is a man.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there anything else that doesn't look bloodthirsty?
Technically, they're so thirsty, they're not bloodthirsty.
Urk will go up to the succubus.
Oh, okay. this went in well.
Okay, that one has the wrong picture. That looks like a drow. I don't know how
It
that's
does.
supposed to look like. Oh well, I don't know why it has such an odd picture. Yeah, but that's what's dancing on the stage right now.
Yes, horrifying.
Anyway, the succubus dances and looks down at Urk. Hello there, handsome. That's multi-sided. That's why. There we go.
Hey, how's your night going?
Oh, it is going quite lovely. And yours?
You know, could be better. If you know what I mean.
Oh, I know exactly what you.
And the thing.
Exactly what you. No. Sorry, bad. I was drinking some water and then inhaled by accident.
Breathe the air out of the water.
Ha. Well, we could make the night far more interesting. Assuming you have the funds for it, and she reaches out and just strokes your cheek. You're quite a lovely scaled man.
He did win all of that money earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got plenty of cash to make the night last long.
Hmm. Oh, really?
But what's the rates?
How about... And she kind of plays with your collar for a moment. 600 gold. Anything you want,
Whoa.
all night long.
That's expensive.
I'll take your entire stock.
That sounds like fun.
It's not
There
realized.
goes a fudge ton of money.
And she
It's okay. I
she
still have
takes
another-
Eric's hand and leads him towards the back past a curtain of beads.
Eric just looks back, pointing the thumbs up of a white grid.
I think he forgot what the plan was.
I think he did too.
Yeah.
I don't think you realize that was a plan.
Mm-mm.
Hey, I'm now in the back room. That was the main goal, right? Get into the back room.
Fire.
The sad thing is, I don't have very good perception. I'm just wondering if there's any area of interest as I walk through.
You get into a narrow corridor and are taken into a room filled with plush pillows. That's right off of it, and a wide space with lots of feather details. A wide space to
So-
lay down.
I mean, wouldn't there be, like, while going through the hallway, the corridor, would I notice anything?
The corridor continues on and then curves towards the west, which would probably be towards the stage from where you entered in.
Okay. Well, I guess it'll be a fade to black moment.
uh, okay, so this is what GM on my games has made me do twice now. Roll a 1d12.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Oh.
I never had you do that with Ralthor, but I'm making you do it now. Sorry.
This is fine.
4.
Alright. So, then you get the following rules. Charisma roll, let's see. Charisma, performance, constitution, and dexterity.
Okay, so charisma. Performance. And dexterity, right?
Yep. Oh, and constitution.
And oh god.
You don't save, you're supposed to just normal checks.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I hate when this is out there.
Constitution is not good.
Alright, so your stamina does not last you as long as you might like.
What?
Alright.
Beg your pardon? You ended up cutting out a little bit.
I said the constitution, your stamina does not provide you as much of a time as you would like. In the Fade to Black
time
moment.
is good time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that given how much you just spent, but the rest of the party, what are you guys doing?
I mean, was it the best that I've ever had?
Probably the
Well,
best
there
that
you
Erk's
go.
ever had.
Worth the money. Worth the money.
What about the rest of you?
Waiting to see if he returns.
Yeah, I suppose.
Can I get a normal drink? Is that a possibility?
Yep. What would you like to drink? There are faceless bartenders here as well.
Do they have any cocktails?
They seem
Bloody
to be
Mary.
capable of making you anything you want. You're not there, Erk. You can't tell her anything.
Have a very
no.
fruity alcohol drink, I guess. I don't know.
What about the rest of you?
Will. So hard to do with him here though, because there's nothing he could divine it from. He was gonna cast divination.
There are cherry stems.
No. DC. Hey, Phaedra, could I have a couple coins?
Sure. Just 2?
5.
Okay. Hand you 5 gold.
We're just gonna take 10 minutes to cast divination and sit on the ground and then drop the coins.
All right. What do you wish to ask?
Can we just walk out of here?
They both end up on heads.
While I read that, let's go right ahead.
I have no intention of being with any of these people.
And does that mean we have to, or does that mean we don't have to? 'Cause you just flip coins and they said something. What did they
Oh,
say?
I dropped the coins. They landed on heads, and you know how it is, Pedro, with the sticks, the waves, the clouds.
Uh, uh, hmm. Uh, I
I
trust your
mean,
judgment.
could you
I read this
technically wait? Maybe you could do, I don't know, like you two are a thing, right? Did I read that right? I'm pointing at like Phaedra and Viren.
Mm, as she's holding hands with Shiori?
Yes.
Not very upset about it.
Like,
Sure,
I mean,
he's
maybe,
like. Are
maybe
you
it's just about doing it, and in that case, you could do like each other somewhere, and you'll be good. Like,
Phaedra
I mean,
turns
it's
deep
under
red.
pressure, but sure.
Will starts walking towards the exit.
Will, wait for me.
The large snake woman with the feather fans slows her dance maneuver down and looks at you guys as you start up towards the stage.
I just stop and look at her and like do a gesture, like point at myself, or just like, could I move past?
If you want to dance with me, sweetie, do you want to dance?
Uh, dance, or do you mean like
Viren, this lovely lady over here
Yeah.
requires your
choppy,
attention.
choppy,
She
choppy,
was
choppy?
talking to you, I think, Will.
Uh-oh, no. No. I'm going past you, out of that exit.
Well, sweetie, if you want to get out, just dance first. You can do it. Dance for
A
me, little gnome.
dance?
Yes.
You want me to dance?
Yes. Dance.
Oh, if only Logan was here.
You want me to dance?
He would have
Yes.
commanded
What if
everyone
I
to
told you I'm a weak old man with crippled legs, that I can't dance anymore?
Well, then you can't leave.
Fuck.
Go ahead,
Go on,
sweetie.
Will.
Dance
Dance.
as best as you can.
Hold on a second.
Phaedra nudges Shiori and like just
Hmm.
like kind of head nudges towards the stage to get her to look at Will.
She's watching, but her, like I said, mask is just completely up now. Like,
Oh yeah, Phaedra's embarrassed by the Looney saying comment too. She's red in the face.
So if I dance, I'm allowed to leave.
Of course.
I look around the room. I'm looking for a sphere. A rather large sphere of a kind.
What are you looking for? I'm sorry. I think I'm not understanding you.
Like a sphere, like a big ball or something.
Like some of the glass balls on the chandelier
Bigger.
over the tables.
I'm thinking if anything like an ornate thing, like an ornate, I don't know, orb.
Doesn't seem to be anything quite like that.
Is there while Will's doing that, is there like a glass of water or something?
Yes.
Cool. Phaedra's got a hand on that.
So how about it, sweetie? Gonna dance? You're gonna challenge me in other ways to get out of here.
Well, it's just going to, out of a precaution, just cast freedom of movement on yourself.
That means that you can now do a straight roll for a dexterity check to see if you can dance. Instead of the
Yay.
disadvantage I was gonna have you roll for being an elderly gnome.
Okay. And do I have to dance well to get out?
Oh, I'm not telling. And she puts up one of her hands and cocks her finger back and forth.
I look back at the other people. I hate this place.
Me too.
Alright. You want to dance? I'll give you a dance. And then I'm going to cast...
conjure woodland beings.
Oh dear.
And
And what are you conjuring?
I'm conjuring two. What are they called? Darn it, I
That's
forgot what
a
they're
good
called.
question.
Wiggly vines.
No. Hold on. I have them. I have them
You talking about the
ready.
quicklings?
Nope, not quicklings. Dryads! Two dryads!
Alright.
And two dryads are going to assist me in dancing.
Ooh. For that, you get advantage.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a kind of a slow dance where I swap between the two dryads as they help me around. A very slow and elegant dance. So what do I roll?
Dexterity at advantage.
Dexterity at advantage. Okay. Bones, don't fail me now.
Ooh.
Hey.
The two dryads, hold hands with you and give you a slow dance as the snaky type woman dances around you, though not quite as elegant as you. And she seems to smile as she brings her fans down around you, and this weird dance that everybody's watching and seemingly transfixed by an elderly gnome with two dryads out dancing this beautiful snake creature.
It's fine.
And you hear people like cheering as dance ends, and a few feathers land on you, Will.
Will is just mumbling. Take this, take this,
I love Will.
So what's happening now?
Well, you're done by the time you're hearing the cheers coming from the next room.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I don't want to get left behind. I don't have enough gold to get around to.
Well, she did say the gold was for all night.
Oh wait, then how much did I spend?
You spent 600 gold. You gave it to her up
Oh.
front.
Oh boy.
Yep. It's all good. It's all good.
So,
I'm just
so at
glad
this
she
point,
didn't want to suck my
the
blood out.
snake woman, bows to the cheering audience, and she points at the entranceway back to the back, behind her on the stage, and gesturing Will.
I point at the party. You're up next. And I start walking towards the exit. I don't walk all the way in, but I kind of stand there and then
You want to watch everybody?
I'm like, if anyone wants to have
Do we-
my dance partners, they will still be available.
Phaedra.
Do we have to dance?
If Will had to, you would
So, over this period of time, there was a glass of water, and Phaedra had her hand on it. And she will use her ice shape ability, and she will make a ice rose and hand it to Shiori. May I have this dance?
Sure.
The two of you get advantage for dancing together.
Doop. Doop. What is this, dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
Doop. Doop, doop, doop.
Oh fuck.
Hey.
Oh.
Well, even though Phaedra has two left feet, Shiori, basically, after a moment of Phaedra's missteps, simply lifts her up slightly, and with Phaedra's flying boots, is essentially dancing with. This is basically doing her own dance steps, while technically holding Phaedra, but it still looks like Phaedra is dancing as if she had longer legs because of it.
Fucking comes back to the dude.
And you come back to see this weird dance of the dwarf and the high elf.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Also, Vera, there's no secret doors back there.
Yeah, we figured this out.
Are you sure you didn't find a?
No, Tobias, you already. Oh, that's right. Well, you're still standing there, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm standing there, offering up my.
All right. Sorry, for a second there, I thought you'd already gone through.
No.
Enter but dance. Are we allowed to walk back toward the
Yeah.
I don't have anything that increases my chances of rolling high.
Will
Hey, Lisa!
Will points at Viren and points at the dryads
Oh,
and smiles.
oh, come Fiona, are you gonna dance with the dryads?
Well, it's either that or not go anywhere, so.
I mean, you could. How well were you trained by your rich brother family boys?
I was. Listen, I hardly did dancing.
So I'm gonna lose.
Dancing was not a strong point in learning how to be noblest and all that.
I would presume it would be because you need to dance at the dance when
Yeah,
you
you should at least know how to do the waltz. There is such thing as a waltz in this game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there'd be a waltz.
Yeah.
Will
God.
is giggling for some reason.
Well, I guess Burns up next.
Are you going to
We'll
take advantage
dance
of
with the dryads.
Will shouts out to the dryads, "Do a funky dance!"
No, let's just do an.
And they follow my command, so they will.
And Viren, you get to roll dexterity at advantage for dancing with the dryads.
The dryads dance like it's an 80s music video.
Dexterity.
Good
19!
thing you had advantage.
Oh, good lord.
That
are
just
you free to go?
that just leaves Lanissa and Urk.
As I leave
Hey,
the stage,
Lisa.
I'll have... As I leave the stage, my coke will bellow. A fancy exit.
Hey, Lisa.
Yeah.
You want to give them a good show?
I can handle myself, and I walk out. I activate my jump ring and I do like a triple flick flackety flack flack.
You get dexterity, but only at normal.
Can I? Can I make an acrobatics check?
Yes, you may. You hear boos coming from the audience, and the snake woman
Hey.
looks down at you.
Damn it.
You should just go dancing.
Oh, just I'll just go dance. I'm doing a very weird dance. Like I'm doing like I don't know the how should I
The
call this?
awkward shuffle.
Yeah, I'm doing the awkward
It's
shuffle.
still not quite as bad as the shepherd shuffle.
Triad does the hustle.
Do the hustle.
I'm doing the modron, you know?
You're doing the robot. Okay.
Oh, the modron.
Yeah.
The motor. Oh, wow, nice.
Urk,
Modron.
Urk, what do you do?
Oh. Didn't she have to do a dex? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the acrobatics.
Okay. Will come on stage and he's gonna he's gonna basically do like the whole rock sort of show off his abs sort of show sort of
You're
thing.
gonna dance with the dryads?
Hells yeah.
Advantage!
Doing like a whole fucking strip show almost.
I'm too
What?
sexy for. Oh my god, it is!
Also,
Welcome back to that
and
wonderful break.
Yep,
Here
there we
is
go.
Dancing with the Dryads.
Yes! You've seen
I did
Dancing
a
with the
good old-
Stars, now see Dancing with Dryads!
Yes.
And you start hearing people standing up and cheering for you, Urk. Much like
You guys
at a
keep
potential
sure-
concert.
I ended up throwing the shirt at the succubus, pointing towards her.
She grins. And all of you enter the backstage,
Yeah.
Along with my
Yeah.
Dryads.
and you vanish. And we will find out next week where you've landed.
Oh my.
Imagine if we ended up just being back at Lograts, and Lograts is just like, oh, so the beautiful ones without a shirt.
Yes, actually.
You'll be out of your shirt when you go back anyway because you don't have a spare.